Well, that was fun. Oh shit, I forgot to eat my breakfast. um, hey, happy panel. Happy panel day. Another day in the panelverse. Philip, hey, Nova, what's up? Um, just continuing on from Neurojex. I was over there just now, and I had this delicious green bean casserole that I meant to eat for my breakfast, and I got so involved in the conversation I forgot to eat. All right, let's check in with the news. I did see something about the beepers, like Israel's blowing up the terrorists with beepers. Oh, oh, what countries still use beepers? They got like all the old technology from the 90s? That's the big headline. And then I may have a tweet or two. But as usual, open panel. I was thinking about that topic thing, and I realized that I'm doing open panels for two reasons. A, it's what I it's kind of what I naturally just a- am used to doing, and it's what the people seem to be responding to. But if there's a need for topics, if I know I could do a focused topic and there would be an actual audience for it, and people want to hear that one topic for an hour or two, I'd be willing to try like separate street, like not open panels, but do separate episodes. Trying that out, but I think I'm gonna let that come from the community. So if there's topics that the community wants to initiate and collaborate on, I think that would be a better way for me to do it than for me to try to just do a topic, because a lot of like my monologues are topics. For a while I was doing like 30 minutes of a topic, and then I would bring a panel on, and the conversation would almost never be about the topic that I talked about the first 30 minutes. So trying to set a topic with this group has never really worked. I would oh, I didn't put the link. I would I like the kind of open-ended creative freedom of not knowing what's going to happen. That experimental nature approach. Oh, hang on. I got to tweak some things. So yeah, other than that, what's going on in the world or in your world? All right, let's see if I have. All right, here's a tweet from an Israeli peace activist that I follow. He says, as an Israeli who's been on the front of the culture wars for the past 2 decades, I put 70% of the blame for the mess we are in on jihadism and 30% on left wing academia. Together, they worked to ruin any chance for peace. Oh, and okay, here's another tweet, and then I have a video that I want to maybe get your thoughts on. All right, this guy says, I see an awful lot of people desperate to make the assassination attempt on Trump about his rhetoric when this guy rather transparently was motivated by his position on Ukraine, which, like it or not, is a wholly valid position and not the sort of thing that merits killing. So, was he killed over his political? Are we killing people strictly on political positions now? And really, you can't decode what. Oh, Leggy! Wow. Save a hot dog. I agree. I would pick a hot dog. I mean, a lobster over a hot dog any day. I don't even think I think hot dogs are a conspiracy. And Vienna sausages and potted meat. Thank you, Leggy. Good to see you. If there ever was a conspiracy, yes, they are. I think people are always going to be more careless with others than with themselves, unless it's like somebody they care about, a child, a spouse. You might get that altruism and self-sacrifice. They have that jelly shit. Like, what kid wants to eat that? Like, how is that? They used to feed it to us as kids. Or we could, like, open a can of it ourselves. You had to dig it out of the jelly. I'm Cajun. We eat a lot of gross shit, but there was nothing as gross as jellied, processed wiener bites growing up. Like, and then they'd put them in macaroni and cheese. All right, I'm getting like fluids in my throat right now just thinking about it. Like that little reflex that comes up. Internet God, I used to live on potted meat sandwiches. That was one of my favorite things growing up. I go to my grandma's and potted meat, the cans are this tiny. They're like this big and you could make 10 sandwiches off of one little can. And she'd make me a big old plate stack of potted meat on bread. And I would gobble that shit up. I ate it for years. And one day I read the ingredients. Oh my God, biggest mistake. Actually, I probably should have read it years earlier. I have never put a molecule of potted meat in my mouth again. I don't know how I did it growing up. The little Smokies, yeah, we were like, yeah, that us. Yeah, I remember the little Smokies in the crock pots. What did we call it? Not Swedish meatballs. It was some other name. Something sausage. Yeah, I remember the little Smokies were good. They came in the that shrink wrap plastic pack in the refrigerator section, like where the sausage comes in. So you didn't have to like open a can and dig them out of the jelly. And they had that barbecue flavor. That was good. SpaghettiOs. Oh my God, and ravioli. Yes. And beefaroni. Oh, Flo, you kind of missed out until you didn't. In case anyone doesn't know, the ingredients are I want the official potted meat. I want to see the can with the ingredients. Just tell me the ingredients. Yeah, it's a finely ground combination of beef tripe, mechanically separated chicken, beef hearts, and pork. And they shred it. It's like this mixture, like um like pate. It's kind of like pate, and it's mixed with fat, salt, spices, and then canned mustard, garlic powder, vinegar, onion powder, and sugar. Wow, I didn't know it had all that in there. Chef Party. I like the ravioli at least, or I used to. I haven't eaten it in forever. One black person. Wait, what's YT? What, did I miss some comments? A black person making a sandwich means it's not white? I can't wait till we move past this whole race thing. I thought we were before this. No, I'm very delicate. Like I My vomit doesn't go all over the place. I know how to vomit very methodically and procedurally, elegantly, I guess. What's
Oh,
up?
is my microphone working?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Wonderful, wonderful. So I heard Swedish meatballs, and that caught me here. You shouldn't have said that.
Oh, you were you like at your computer, or were you in another part of the house and heard the word Swedish and ran over?
Yeah, no, I was playing games, relaxing, talking with my roommate, and then you just say Swedish meatballs, and I'm compulsed to have to go. I have to
Let me
load up
hop on there.
PC, and I have to get in, and I have to say that yes, Swedish meatballs are good. Then,
So they're
so
okay. At
heard
least the
food, yeah.
American ones. It's the same little meatballs that go in the stroganoff. Those little processed meatballs.
Oh, stroganoff. I just can't stand that, and that's because of some. It was the food for my elementary school prom, and they had some ready-made horrible stroganoff, and after that I just can't stand it. That experience ruined the entire dish for me.
All right, who's in the back? Flash your camera.
Oh, we got
Um,
another one.
we might have. This might be our $2 troll credit. Canspiratard. I have a feeling this is a.
Thank you for thinking I'm 15, but I'm actually 19.
You're.
Uh,
Oh, I thought you were 18. You're not. Because when I met you, you were 17. It's already been 2 years.
yeah, well, no, we met like only a month or two, no, 2 months before my birthday. So
Oh,
I
so
was,
you were practically 18 then.
yeah,
All right,
no,
so it's been a year, over a year.
yeah, which is still
Well,
kind of
how
crazy.
is the semester? How are your classes? Which ones did you do today?
Today I had a social psychology, and it was very funny because the guy who presented, like half the presentation was his own theory, which was uh, which was interesting. It's fun when they, actually show that they do research of their own.
What was his theory? Was he a PhD?
No idea. I think it
Oh,
was a PhD. It was something about how you get your, what is the word for that in English? Your, not behaviors, but your, not opinions, like some are well,
Mm,
basically the structured level of values, and then another step, and then behaviors and how it all relates and how you can use the ones to predict the other, because all psychology is prediction. It was more complicated than it needed to be, but I still enjoyed it.
so it was like values. Your value
I,
structure is what
I need to I need to
the
do the translate to find out,
oh,
because this is such a
yeah,
fundamental word that I'm sure you use like every day. It's just
yeah. I can
Americans
feel it
probably
too. I
don't.
can feel it. Like I think I
it's just
almost know exactly what he's saying. Like I really
From
do.
just feeling through the
Yeah.
internet.
I do. I do. From the way he's described it, I swear.
I am disappointed in
I'm
I
myself.
kind of do
sorry, you're
too,
How I
fine,
though.
dude.
forgot this word. How did I forget attitudes? How is that the word I
Attitude.
forget?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So your attitudes, and isn't some
yeah.
of that like just temperament? Yeah, like me and
Temperament.
my siblings all have different attitudes about
Oh yeah.
things.
So basically, the way he structured, you have they separated values away from personality and morality, which I'm not sure how credible that is, because a lot of basically they follow the theory of where you can narrow it down to 10 domains of values, like 10 values or dictmies that all other values are sort of based on, and at least those 10 are universal. Not that
Which ones are
that's the
those?
only
What's
ones.
that called? I haven't heard of that.
Uh,
T-
I'm going to get up my
10
my
universal values.
I could be wrong, but if you're talking about taking morality out of the system, is that what you're speaking on, or no? Because I heard
well
Theory of basic human values.
yeah, when they
Kant.
explained it, they sort of said that this was independent of morals and personality, which it could be, it could be, but it also strikes me as a bit strange. But I haven't looked into it, so I wouldn't say
Is it
yes
like
or no.
power, achievement, hedonism,
Yes, that is the
self-direction, universalism?
yeah. And then
Stimulation,
yeah,
benevolence, tradition, conformity, and security.
and then they look at how that translates. One step down under each of these, and the intersection between them. You have your attitudes, and then attitudes
Interesting.
leads into your behavior. It was more than that. That
Do
they
you have a
had some
chart?
complicated graphs.
There's one I'm looking. There's one
Because
online
like
with the values.
I'm
I'm just trying to
figuring,
find
I'm
a
figuring it's probably like I'm just gonna take a guess. Like it's probably a. Could you do this on a single scale, up and down, 2 degrees? Is what
Each of them is a dichotomy, I think. Or I wait, is it a dichotomy? Dichotomy. How do you
dichotomy.
say it? Okay, you say dichotomy. Okay.
Like they're a pair. They
Yeah,
come in.
yeah, opposite. Like
Here, I found
each of
this.
them is.
This is not a very good chart because they cut it off, but it's the easiest to see that I found. They
oh
have them
hey
arranged in
okay yeah
this pie thing and
Hmm.
categorized according to these what 5 colors and 4 categories.
Yeah,
Um,
because I
is it like
in
hedonism is opposed to conformity and they have conformity and tradition in the same little pie though.
yeah,
Security
I'm
versus stimulation,
I'm
achievement.
more critical of
uh
the things that like achievement could go under personality. I believe that's a it somehow somewhat relates to
you're right.
conscientiousness. You're striving for achievement, and so
I
how
think you're right.
independent is this really? Are you just inventing new things that are already there? It's sort of the same thing with the EQ debate, emotional intelligence. It's not
Yeah.
really an independent thing. It's just a different word for something personality psychology already
So much
has,
of it
which
is
is open
descriptive,
agreeableness.
and so, which gets
But
us into
like what?
semantics.
What is it that is the achievement? Like what is the thing that gains the achievement?
It can be anything, I guess, like anything you
Like what? You know what I
envision and
mean? I guess
execute.
yeah, it could be.
Okay, did no wait, let me find the correct
I'm gonna eat
name.
my green beans.
Oh yeah, I ate tacos.
Because like it's an achievement. Anything can be an
By the way,
achievement.
did you watch a movie tonight, or
You
have
can
you watched a
achieve
good
doing
movie
nothing.
lately?
You
You're
know what
my
I mean?
new movie source.
I
What did I watch
apologize.
lately?
Oh no, go
Oh,
ahead, man.
I watched Castaway.
Oh, with Tom Hanks.
Yeah, amazing movie. Uh, I really enjoyed it. Oh, that reminds me. Okay, of something more
Oh,
personal I
he
wanted
needs
to
to
do that I
see.
thought of when I did
Dolbez
that.
needs to see The Island. It's a movie from 2004. Is what Dolbez needs to see. Possibly.
When he left the island, when he finally left, did he say the tribe has
You get
spoken?
selected to go to an island.
Or I have spoken?
What?
Yep, you
What?
get
I'm just being
you get
corny. What
selected
is
to
your
go.
what's your personal views?
It's like probably the inverse of whatever he just watched, and so it'd be funny to see that dichotomy.
What is it?
It'd be
Flo, you should come up and talk about personality.
from achievement
What
of
was TBD?
consciousness in Big Five.
Maybe we could help you find yours.
Oh,
No,
senses. Okay, yeah. Sensing
Yeah,
achievement.
theory of planned behavior. Yeah, so the theory his research was sort of a continuation of the theory of planned behaviors, which
planned behaviors.
yeah, it's sort of ex- it it presupposes that humans are rational creatures, which is yet another
I know. I presuppose
big
that too all the
criticism.
time.
Yeah.
Are you just trying to say they're like kind of programmable or whatever?
No, humans are
It links
thinking rationally
beliefs
about
to
everything.
behavior.
Sorry, I apologize. I'll stop. But
No,
hey,
no, no,
real quick,
no.
Gen X. I actually showed up to say hey to you and also Dolbez and bring a little bit of muck or whatever it's called. But were the conspiratards still going when you left?
Oh, let me
Because I
see.
was gonna go try to join them, but I wasn't
Did
sure if
you
they.
see Pill Eater hop off as soon as I hopped on?
Nah.
Yeah, because I heard him and Neerjack talking, so I hopped on because
Wait,
it
are they?
sounded like an interesting conversation, and I
Oh,
hopped on to join. And Pill Eater's in like the middle of a sentence, and he's like
why
out
did
of
he?
there.
Did he sense? Did he catch the Holy Ghost or something?
I don't know what happened. He might have. He Maybe he was. Maybe he saw Satan
I don't
and
get
said, "Not me,
that. I
not this
personally don't
white
get
boy."
that dynamic, but do you think they're still going
It
or?
looks like they are. It
Oh,
is
really? Okay.
TML and Hank.
All right, cool. I'm a good join.
Okay.
All right, later.
See ya.
Come back here if you need to, if things get too weird.
They may. All right,
Right.
bye.
Oh, good. Flow might come up. Um, all right. So you were talking about the theory, but then you also said you had like some personal developments or something that you wanted to share.
Well, not necessarily share. I just spoke out loud because when I talked about Castaway, I was reminded of a thought I had whilst watching Castaway. You know, I set an intention to myself. I wanted to do this or that, but I forgot. But then now, when I was reminded of Castaway, I thought about that again. You know how
Uh,
to remember something, you retrace your steps. It was kind of like this. I got back to Castaway, and that led to a completely random thought I had during Castaway, which now I remembered.
man, wait till your memories are doubled. You're gonna have all kind of interesting journeys through it.
Oh yeah. No, I
So I'm looking at this planned behavior thing. Three core components: there's attitude, subjective norms, and perceived behavioral
yes.
control. Wow, that comes up on here a lot. This behavioral control thing.
Okay, well,
Together shape an individual's behavioral intentions.
yes, which may
In
then lead to
turn,
behavior.
behavioral intention is the most proximal determinant of human social behavior. So we do what we intend to do based on these three components.
Yeah. Now, uh, some of them, like attitude towards behavior, I think is pretty self-explanatory, but the other two are not just what that appears to be. Like subjective norm is not just your own sort of beliefs. It's basically what your core thinks about something. What does your family think? What does your oh yeah, that's basically the same as
So
I have
here's
it.
the behavior, and it follows from an intention, and these three
Yes.
things feed into this
Yeah.
intention. But this perceived behavioral control can also, what's the
Yes.
dotted line mean?
That means an indirect effect. So
Oh, okay.
subjective norm, what your core circle, your friends and family believe, that impacts you. But then perceived behavior control is, for example, if you want to begin taking the bus instead of driving, you think about climate change, you need to take the bus. If there's no buses near you, that will impact your behavior and attention because you can't take the bus. But if you believe you can have some control and you can actually decide to take the bus or drive a car,
Yes.
that's this perceived behavioral
This is what
control.
I'm talking about with agency and victimhood. This is what I try to get people to perceive. I try to increase their ability to perceive options where they have like a lot of people I think have perceptual limits on their behavioral control, and I get them to try to expand that.
Yeah.
And so that's an actual thing that, and yes, okay, this is all making sense because this is directly mostly what I work on. Um, okay, and then you said his theory involved attitudes.
His theory was mainly just applying this to specific issues. What was it like? Oh yeah, it was the bus transport and all that stuff. Yeah, he strikes me as a very traditionally climate guy. But he's at least intelligent, and it is important. So he just expanded that, did a lot of research on that. I think one study had like 3,000 participants, so it's decent, I suppose. No, but one
That's
of
a
them is can I can I just quickly stream? Because this graph is just insanely.
you should be able to share like present your screen, and then
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah. I'm
can
just
add it.
asking you for sort of semi permission. Uh,
Oh,
Look at this graph.
that's his graph. Wait, that's
Yeah,
the one we just looked at, but his version of it.
This is an expanded version. This was where he, after we have done the calculation, this was where he somehow included some factors of personality to try to change. Like, what does this mean? I understand that 0.5 and 0.11 and all of this is something
I
about
was going to use seatbelts.
evaluation.
That's the example I had thought of. Because I had to go through that same behavior change myself to get me to start using seatbelts.
Yeah. Oh, you had to. All
Yeah,
right.
because they made it a law. At first, it wasn't a law, so you didn't have to use them. And then when they made it a law, you had to train yourself to remember to use them. And now I automatically reach for the seatbelt every time I'm in a car. I don't even have to think about it. And that I had to train myself to do all that.
Uh, okay, yeah, and here you have some stats for the different countries, which is interesting.
How much like this? You're right. This is an assumption that people are rational because how much of human nature is just reactive? Like we're not intending any of it. We're just having a reaction that we don't even choose to events or stimuli.
Oh, the vast majority, but there is a significant portion of our lives which, whilst it might not be directly rational, it's based on rational thoughts and thinking we have already done or planning. I mean, a significant portion of the population is very heavily based on plans. You know, they love plans. And so, even though what they're doing is just instinctual and in the moment, they're still based on rational thinking. Now, not everything. I'd say the majority is still irrational, but
That's what I
it's
say. Hang on, Dobez. Hang on, right there. That little part. That's what I say. That is my assertion. Is that when people are having these bizarre emotional reactions that other people don't understand, that they are rational. There is a rationality to like every emotion you have. There is a reason you're having that emotion. It is based on something. People don't just randomly have emotions that are mismatched to stimuli. They follow from that stim. And what you just said about even if you're not aware or intending your reaction, it's still based on something that's built on past intentions and experiences. That's what I'm saying. That there is emotions do have a rationality to them.
oh yeah.
They're not irrational forces that just take us over. They are part of our rationality, and they should be included in rationalism.
Yes, to a certain extent, but the problem of rationality is that we have okay, so we have our something that may make logical sense for me. Like for example, when I thought of Castaway, I thought of blah blah blah, whatever. You know, you would think of something else. Like that is my logical path or
I thought a
conclusion would be
survivor.
different. Yeah, and so the rational my thought process is still rational to me, but not to you. It's a subjective rationality. But we also have collectively decided sort of logic, you could say, a sort of more objective rationality, but at the same time, that also depend on the group. What is rational and logical for the Western man might not be for the African. It doesn't mean that one is more rational than the other. It's just that the how
It,
you whatever is looked at as logic is different.
is that those group norms or subjective norms that it talked about? And Bex is wondering if you have a link for that study. It might be part of
Uh,
his like school stuff from his school website.
I'm sure he has published it. I know this was okay. I know the three people. It's from a guy named Nordfjern, which is my professor, and that name is funny because it means the northern simpleton, basically.
Northern dummy.
Yeah. And Jørgensen, that's just the son of Jørgen, and then Rundmo is
What's
like the
Jorgen? It used to
grandmother.
be a lotion growing up. It was a Jurgen's lotion. What,
Jørgen.
what's a
Okay,
Jurgen?
nice. Like I'm just gonna search up their names and the date in Google Scholar and hope it seems to
All right, I'm gonna go
appear.
back to my green beans.
Like, I don't know if it's available, but this isn't to the theory itself. This is to sort of his use of it in accordance with transformation. Okay, you have to accept the comment, Jeff. The
Do what?
link. I sent a link, but apparently, yeah, it's not posting.
Oh, right. If you post it in the back, I can.
Yeah,
put it. It's a StreamYard thing.
yeah.
Here, I'll paste it, Bex. Let's see.
Oh, it seems to be free. See, Norwegians are such nice
Wow,
people.
look at
It's
all
not
what we do
locked.
here.
Wait, access through Norwegian University of. Wait, this is lovely. I can get access to this. Yeah.
Is it in English? I guess it could be translated.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, it is in English. No, no, you don't do science in any other language than English. That's just
Not
stupid.
even Latin anymore?
Come on, Jeff. I'm sure if you want for the general theory and not just his specific application of it, I'm sure you'll find it in the citations, in the sources. There are a lot of sources at the bottom. Actually, I want to see what more research has this guy done. Oh yeah, he has done 3.
Oh
No,
my
wait, no,
god,
that's his address.
we've only been here half an hour. It feels like 2 hours already. We had one guest. Okay, never mind. It just seemed like a very active morning.
Okay, he has worked on substance treatment for psy for
Substance treatment is easy, just don't do the substance. Stop doing the substance.
yeah, co-occurring psychiatric disorders, a prospective cohort study of characteristics and relapse predictors. I'm not deep enough into psychology to really understand what he's talking about, huh?
Different mental health, because the classification of mental health disorders is fuzzy anyway. I wish they would go to a more, like, the behaviorists are all focused on observable discrete behavior, and then you have this other psychology which creates all of these abstract conceptual phenomena happening inside. I wish people would do like a combination of focus on specific traits or symptoms or manifestations and stop trying to classify them into these clusters. Because the co-occurring is when something looks like more than one diagnosis, and it could be a combination of schizophrenia and autism or schizophrenia and bipolar. But it's really hard. It's hard to tease some of that out sometimes, and it can make a difference for some of the medications, like determining which medications to use.
That made me think, because I
Then
haven't
they have
really.
something else called
Oh,
co-occurring here in Washington State, which is substance use and mental health. When you're struggling with addiction and mental health issues, they call that co-occurring.
I thought that just classified underneath mental health, sort of if
Speaking
you're.
of addiction and
Now,
mental
well, they
health
call it
issues,
behavioral health now. It's all
Mm.
behavioral health because substance use is implied in behavioral health.
Hello, Flo.
what's up, guys?
What's up? Here's one of our personality guys.
Oh, I thought I was coming in right as the mental health and substance abuse. They're
Just jump in
Something
into
the
whatever you
like,
example.
want.
oh,
You
hey, they're
could do
talking
that.
about.
No. Wait, is that a? What are you? What are you wearing in that profile picture? Is that you even?
It is
Oh,
me.
that's he. That's hey, trackable.
So I
So
don't know where the
yeah, did we
conversation
solve
is.
human behavior?
I missed the last couple minutes. I was listening to some of it, but
Yeah, no,
I'm
that's
kind of
fine.
working today, so it's
Oh, are you familiar with that theory of what is it?
no, I've never heard of it. It sounds kind
Planned
of interesting
behavior.
though.
Yeah, I mean that's sort of the chronic symptom of all of social psychology. It's one or two, three theories everyone has heard about, and the rest is just, oh, that sounds interesting. I haven't heard about that because a lot of them are just the same or repackaged of
Yeah.
different things, and
Well,
it's
how old is it?
this theory. I think I have the. He cited the original. Yeah, 1991 was the
Okay.
first. Then
Does your teacher know that the
I just
world is
didn't.
analyzing his theory live on the internet right now after one of his students attended his class?
This is a new
Yeah.
level of prestige for him, probably.
Yeah, he's getting crowdsourced peer review right now.
Yeah, although I don't think we're gonna. I think he has enough peer review being in the most prestigious school in Norway and having published stuff. I don't think he'll need something from
The
me or
lowly
us.
panelverse. You don't know. People don't know until
Yeah.
they
People
find
don't
out
know
just
that
what they.
Norway has schools, but now they do.
Oh,
I'll have
they
you know that
they
if
have
you
schools that would make you cry. Look at ours.
I'll have
Oh
you
yeah,
know
ours are garbage. That's probably why we don't know that you have schools in Norway.
that might be true, but Norway isn't the top of anything really when it comes to academia, except for one thing, and one that thing is a course at the university I'm going to, which it's the number one in the world at, which is nautical engineering. So if you want your boats designed, you go to Norway.
Well,
I'll
there's in Norway the country with the fjord. Do you have the fjord?
Yeah, we have
Yeah,
fjords.
fjord is
Oh
my
yeah,
favorite
the
word.
fjord. Y'all have the fjord.
Yeah, fjord. There's a lot of English words that are just from Norwegian. You have ski, fjord, egg, husband.
Fjord is not an
Well,
English word. I've got a friend who lives in Norway, and
no,
I can't
fjord
ever
is an
remember
English
which
word.
Scandinavian country, but I remember hearing about the fjord, and it's such a fun word to say that I take every opportunity I get.
Fjord.
Yeah, but
Yep.
it is an English word though. You don't have any like that word.
I
We
don't think
don't
that
put our
English.
F's and our J's together.
Wait, there is no I there. It's just
It's
J.
fjord.
Yeah, fjord.
Fjord.
Yeah, it's you
Fjord.
don't the J is yeah fjord.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fjord.
Yeah
Yeah.
or yeah. Fjord. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. Your.
yeah. Fjord. Fjord.
Okay, that's
Fjord.
if you pronounce it like a proper Norwegian, it's fjord.
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 Yeah,
Fjord.
she tried to teach me how to say it, and I did like fjord is the closest I could get to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
It's
have our dumb American
you add a
limitations.
D. You add a D, which we
Well, I
don't.
mean, in all fairness to Americans, F's and J's don't belong side by side like that.
They really don't. But it's not a J, it's a yeah.
Yeah.
You.
Right. That's why it's definitely not an English word.
Although, yeah, we never say J. J. J is not a
Y'all have giants,
sound.
though, don't y'all?
Kjemper.
We all
Which,
call them giants.
no, we call them kjemper
Y'all
or
call them what?
jotun. Kjemper.
Shipper?
That yeah, no, that
Oh, we have
sound.
a linguist in the audience, too.
Kjemper. You have to have that.
Why don't you just call them giants? It's so much easier.
Well, we can say giganter, but that's more
Gigante.
like giants.
Yeah, I like
You
that
know,
better.
giganter. No, 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 that's so silly.
Well, it's shimpa.
Kjemper is even better because of one added fact. If you remove the last R, kjempe means to fight. So implicit in giant is the word a fighter. Kjemper. You could actually say
What about the gentle giant? Like you think the
kjempe and
Jolly Green
kjemper.
Giant was a fighter?
Yeah, yeah, he's a fighter. It's in his name.
Let me
Yeah,
draw
no,
that
no, I'm not
perfectly.
Norwegian. I just know all of Norway.
He's yeah, he's part Norwegian, part some other white thing.
How would you know that I don't have any African in me?
You I don't
We
know that because we
we
like
know it.
we should
We
all have a
know it.
little bit if we came
We
from
can say definitively that neither of you have any African in you, and we
wrong.
don't
You
need
would be
any
wrong,
tests.
sir. You would be wrong. My brother did his 23andMe, and there's like 0.01 something percent
Yeah.
sub-Saharan African.
Remember, all you Americans, if one man or one woman fucked a black guy or a black woman, you will have some of that, even though
I
it's
got my
minuscule.
drop, and I'm proud of it.
Yeah, I don't think I have that because I'm not
No, I don't think you
American. I'm
do
in Europe.
either.
Maybe through the slave trade. Might I know that
I
my
don't detect any of you.
my great great aunt or something, she was born in America in San Francisco and moved back, but I think she was
She could
born
have
to
picked
two
some up.
Norwegian parents who had moved to America. So I don't think there's any American blood in her and my lineage.
No, that's weird. There's American blood that you can detect.
Yeah. Oh, frozen.
I
Nice.
think they just make shit up, and how are you going to prove them wrong?
How are you gonna prove who's
Through
right?
genetics, through
Yeah.
genetic testing. We're gonna solve this racial
Are,
crisis one
are
way or
you a
the
very
other.
good genetic tester?
I'm not a good genetic tester, but I have the good genetics. So maybe no. But
It's only
we'll
you're
see.
only because you haven't tried it. Otherwise, you'd be the best.
Oh yeah, for sure. Why? I hope you didn't see the crappy, or you don't see the crappy video, because I'm trying to fix my camera.
Um, it's a lot better than a lot of the video that shows up here.
Yeah, but I'm
Stop it!
disappointed with this quality. I'm disappointed with this quality, so I still want to, but my phone won't. Oh, it's because my
Such high
Wi-Fi doesn't
standards you
work.
Norwegians have.
I mean, yeah. Why shouldn't we? Like, why shouldn't we have high standards? Why
How do you
shouldn't
say
we
Karen
expect?
in Norwegian? What would you? What would Norwegians? What are your versions of Karen?
We
Olga's?
say Karen. Just
Oh,
that concept, sort of that specific. Of course, we have that type of person all the time, but the entire focus on it and that and all that stuff. Yeah, we took that from America, so we just say, "Oh, I met the
Karen.
Karen
Oh,
at work." Okay, is it? Yes, now it should work. Now it should.
now they're everywhere.
They are. Please.
That's
Yes.
what I was called, Liliana. I was trying to explain to this woke person, this black girl, about
What the
how
fuck
I'm
is white
Cajun and
passing?
we're not white. Like we're not the kind of white she thinks we are. And she says, "Yes, you are. You're considered white passing, so you're still subject to the whatever white people like being
Wait,
an
what do you mean
oppressor."
white passing from the
Yeah.
Caucasus? Like they're meth white. Okay, maybe not that. Like they are somewhat Middle Eastern,
But
but
there's culturally
still white.
white and there's like visually white, and the woke link them together somehow. So all people with white skin are part of this dominant culture called white culture,
Yeah,
just by virtue of their skin color, because that's what gives them the privilege. Even cultures like mine and the Irish and the Italian, all the other white cultures that were oppressed by dominant white cultures, we're still considered the oppressor.
yeah. You know what's worse though? I have seen that this whole American conception has been sort of passed on to Europe. I see a lot of people begin using the white card and white rhetoric, which is oh so
Y'all gonna
annoying.
need it with y'all have a lot of people coming in. What are you? Hang on, let me get a. Where are you?
If I was hungry,
That's
I would want that.
that's Chinese. It looks good, but it looks cheap. Where are you? Like at a grocery store?
Maybe that's why it's not responding.
Oh. It looks like you're in the kitchen. What is all that equipment in the back? Where are you? This- Oh, you're at the counter and she serves it to you. It's not a buffet where you go fix it yourself. I see. So that is the kitchen. All right. So it's like a takeout place. Looks good. She has a mask on. Wow. And this is lunch. This is how Americans get lunch sometimes, for those of you that are not from here. That's a ton of food. That is. How much is she wanting for that? Yeah, it's a grocery store. Okay. I love this. What's that pig? That's the cash register? That's weird. Y'all have nice stores in Kansas or wherever you are. I'm Chinese.
Yeah, so,
And it was different in Louisiana too. When we were under the French and the Spanish, they had different racial classifications, and we were not considered white. And then when we became part of America, the Americans came along and tried. They had to go reclassify everybody, in Louisiana under their system, and it caused a whole lot of confusion. And then that's when we became white all of a sudden after
The Spanish
all
also
those
had
years of not being white.
yeah, and the Spanish had a sort of different system because they split up two ethnically identical groups into two. So they had a sort of caste system in their colonies where you first had the peninsulares, which are the peninsula people, i.e. Spanish people born in Spain. Then you have I don't know what they called it, but a step of the colonial people who are fully ethnic Spanish. They're just born in the colonies. They are one step lower. Like same exact ethnicity, race, whatever, but they were lesser worth. Then you had mixed first, just mixed with Native American, and then you had the mix with black, and then you had Native Americans, and then you had blacks. That was the racial system in the
It's
Spanish
so stupid.
colonies.
I think we should just give everybody a 23andMe
So
and be
what we
done with it.
did was basically we went from Baskin Robbins 31 flavors, and then we cut it down to like 5. It's like
Yeah,
no,
maybe.
now all the white people, all the people that are pale skinned, you're all vanilla. All the people that are melanin, they have a lot of melanin. They're all chocolate, and then you got you know what I mean? It's insane. Too beautiful for you guys.
He
Yeah,
is. He's an
that's so
Adonis, a
annoying.
Norwegian deity.
That's
Oh
so.
man,
What is your background, Moose? Are you a mutt?
I'm Norwegian, dude.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Are
I
you
took a
Are you really?
JS. Yes, I'm a fucking Viking, bro.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm
That
the
does
tiniest Viking there is.
the world's tiniest Viking.
Everybody needs a mascot.
Dude, you know what? I'm gonna use that now. The world's tiniest Viking.
You could conquer Jeff just for saying that shit. Even the tiniest Viking is a fierce fighter. I hear.
Bro, I got heart, man. You might knock me down, but
But I
I
get
get
back
up.
up again.
I do. I almost got
You're like,
ran the fuck over today.
You
Oh
what
man,
on your bike?
yeah.
What
This
happened?
dude, I pulled out into traffic, and this old dude is driving a truck, and he was not slowing down. Instead of slowing down, you see someone pull out, and instead of slowing down, he like hit the gas. I had
he
to.
must not know you're a Viking.
Did you pull out your sword?
Did you battle axe him?
No, no, I didn't.
That
I actually thought about throwing what I had in my vest right into his car, right into his face.
you were wearing a vest too.
Well, not a vest. I got a jacket.
Oh, that's so
Well,
Western
you
Norwegian.
took the higher road. I think that was
Oh,
Pretty
I
good.
took the higher road, and I
the
told him if
noble
I ever
path.
see him again, I'm gonna drag his fucking face through the concrete.
It's not. Yeah, he
No
didn't take the
fucking
higher road. He
Viking.
just pitched out.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, I had to get home to my daughter, so it was like, do I really want to like take this confrontation all the way?
You
Yeah.
could have brought her home some teeth. Look, sweetie, Daddy got you these teeth to make a bracelet out of.
Bro, I probably should have, dude. It was fucking set of old man teeth.
I personally think you
Vintage.
made the right call, prioritizing your daughter
Yeah, I mean,
and avoiding
that's the
conflict.
thing. If I didn't have a wife and daughter, I seriously, I just don't
You
give a
would have done the
shit.
same thing.
No, I wouldn't. I've been in so many fights. I got my ass kicked so many times that it's not a thing
I can't
anymore.
see. That's so not my image of you, but
Well,
I
yeah, I
guess
got
if
my
you're a
ass
Viking,
kicked so many times that I started winning the fight. Like you can't
or
always
just
be a
don't even
loser.
bother fighting anymore. What's the point?
Nah, I don't fight anymore.
I
I
guess
take it to the gym now.
that's a common problem that Vikings have.
Well, we like to fucking get drunk and we like to fucking brawl. I mean,
And conquer.
And what is the name for such a duel of honor?
you tell me.
Oh,
No,
Tell
you
me.
self-declared
somebody's
Viking.
It's called. What'd you call me,
Vikings are
bro?
Vikings test other Vikings.
What you
Oh
looking
man,
at?
shit. I don't study anything. I don't study anything about my heritage and all that shit. I literally am like a watered down version of what I should have been.
Yeah, well, it's called Holmgang. That's a Viking honor duel.
Oh man.
Homekong.
Holmgang, which Holme is basically a hill, and Gang is Well, okay, you can say it's a corridor, but that's only one of the meanings. It can also mean sort of the passing of time, and so you can say it's the sort of passing of events on top of a hill. That's the meaning of Holmgang, of an
King of the hill.
Like
undertone.
meet you on the playground, meet you behind the school.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that something you could say to the next time someone pulls him, like cuts him off in traffic? He could
Oh
say, "Home
God!
Kong."
Actually, most of the time I don't get mad if someone like cuts me off or whatever. I have to react, right? But like when someone's like stepping on the gas and they're trying to like fuck with
Yeah,
you, that kind of like that pisses me off. Like that could seriously
he
injure
was
me.
being a
And
dick.
yeah, the guy saw me, you know. So it's like those things piss me off. If you cut me off, of course I'm gonna get mad, but I don't have time to get mad. Like I
And
have
what
to
are you riding
react.
on?
Just a little Honda.
Hmm. Well, if you
Next
can
year
go
I'm
faster
getting a.
than them, then
I
what?
know, I know,
Can
I
you?
know. I have to get a bigger bike next year.
Oh.
Next spring I'm gonna get either a 650 or 1,000.
I rode I rode a recliner yesterday in the
No,
harbor. I got film of it too. I'll put it up.
I'm so jealous. I want. You know they have a whole Mardi Gras crew in New Orleans of the old men and their motorized recliners that
Dude,
roll
this
in the
thing
parades.
fucking moved. I almost wiped out on it, taking
I
a
am
turn.
so
Are you
jealous.
fucking
Are you
kidding me?
getting
You were
one?
riding on a lazy boy?
Yeah, yeah. This like I,
I
I
could panel
I'm
from
in
it.
the hardware store parking lot and I look and this dude's like backs his recliner into a parking spot. Swear to God.
What?
So I waited. Like he went inside. I was on the phone and I'm looking at this happen, and it's like it's not really registering to my brain until the guy's already like parked his chair and went inside. And so I just waited outside at my truck for him. I was like, I'm not gonna miss this. When he came back out, I was like, I have a YouTube channel. Can I film this? He's like, yeah. He's like, do you want to drive it? I'm like, I have a YouTube channel. Can you film me?
Yes. Yes. You were driving a
Damn, you
recliner,
won the
bro.
panelverse this week.
When are you gonna reveal the video?
I'm trying to do it today.
I gotta see this shit.
No,
I've
but
never
they do
once
bitch
seen
about. This is the
somebody.
cop bitching channel. They do like to bitch about the cops here. I like to watch the cops for different reasons. But
I haven't bitched about the cops in a while. They leave me
yeah, no,
alone.
Moose pretty good. He's
Cops are gay. So, then it
only
works.
the criminals say that. If all the people complain about cops, they're all the ones with the mugshots.
Imagine that. Having a
Well, I
mugshot
mean,
doesn't make you a criminal. It just means that another
it
group
just
of
means
criminals accuse you of being one.
yeah, they just took you
That's
Like
in
a
that's
against your will
convenient
to get their
narrative. Hey,
position.
Zet,
Hey,
what's up?
what's up, man? How are you? Hey, Flow State, I was gonna ask you if you would consider unblocking me on StreamYard
yeah.
because
Well,
I just
um,
I
I,
just made.
I I came at you a little hard.
All
Oh,
right.
Um, I don't think I have you blocked, do I?
Yeah, you do.
Okay, yeah, I'll unblock you.
All right, thank you, man. I appreciate it because I'm not like you think I am. I think you
No,
know.
yeah, I know it. I was you caught me with the wrong thing at the wrong time on the wrong day.
Okay,
that's
Flo
so
has
moody.
feelers too. All right, he has feelers too.
Just like a woman. That sounds like something a woman would do.
Every man has feelers. Let's not
Well,
Jeff,
fucking let's
who is
not
it? The
what did
freak
this
says
say?
that the Panoverse is where men come to get in touch with their feminine side, and I think that's true.
no, I just
I
didn't want to.
guess.
I didn't want to have an enemy for no good reason. You know what I mean?
No,
Yeah.
absolutely.
That's good
Hey,
prison
also
politics.
Spike, you brought up how I had the stolen Viking valor. Well, I'm also
no,
3% Chinese.
you're
So I am. I'm
not.
3% Chinese. I took a DNA test, bro. How do you think I know I'm 3%? Give
All
me
right,
a
what's your
fucking percentage.
sub-Saharan?
Why do you think he's so good at building walls?
Ooh. Oh, you so
oh,
funny.
oh, why do you think Moose is so good at being in solitude? Because he's
That
Chinese.
that's where that's how you got the tininess of the Chinese people with the it blended your Viking down to a you're like a bonsai
Benjamin,
Viking.
if I really gotta look
That's
up my
Jeopardy.
fucking DNA test to prove it to you, and then if I really do that, I expect you to give me $100 fucking for wasting my goddamn time.
Who are you talking to?
Wasting your time
Jay-Z knows.
discovering you're not a
Yeah, they're
Viking
just
after
always
all.
calling people liars and
You
shit.
could put that toward your therapy.
Therapy? I don't need therapy. You need
This is
therapy
our
after dealing
therapy.
with me.
I am therapy.
I know.
This is my therapy, actually.
99% of the people that deal with me need therapy afterwards. So
I haven't needed it yet.
you're,
So
you're either a
give me some time.
therapist
Well, we have
or you need therapy.
a future psychologist right here on the panel.
Don't worry,
Maybe
Dolby.
not.
You're good.
And I
You'll
consider
get
myself knowledgeable enough to meddle around in people and unpack people's subconscious.
You're like a
I'm also not
living
responsible for the
thing.
outcomes of it.
Sup, y'all?
Hey,
Yo,
Spike,
Spike.
Hello.
what you been up to?
I've been on the road actually for a few weeks. Up and
Oh,
down to San Diego and stuff.
wow. What? Anything fun?
Hanging with the family. But I've been popping in a little bit. I've missed y'all.
I know. I noticed you have been around us, but I just assume that there's other channels that things are happening on, and that's where all the people are.
You know what? You need to get some better self-esteem, sir. Because Spike would not do that to you. Spike loves
Me?
us. Yeah. Did you
Well,
hear how you
it's
said
not so much
that?
self-esteem as I'm very realistic about the drama, like the appeal that drama has, and that other channels can feed that need better than this one. So, like, I know that people don't only just hang out here, and so my point is, when I don't see people for a while, I just assume there's other channels that are.
Have you considered adding more drama to your life?
Well, we have Liliana actually has this little troll system she came up with. We're finding ways to monetize some of the drama.
Yeah,
Mike?
I didn't understand what that
Yeah,
was, but I'm interested.
Mike Theron, that.
You can use a super chat to hire a troll to come up on the panel and troll one of the panelists or all of the panelists for like a certain amount of time. And she's training
Am I frozen?
specific trolls that will be in the chat that you can put into play
Yeah, that's a
at
good
any
idea.
time.
Jenny
Nice capitalism.
Bucket
Very
is in
good
the house.
capitalism.
And there's a free $1 troll credit already that she loaded up that no one has used yet.
Wait, so I have a free. Does
Well, I
it, it's
tell
like
you
a
what, guys.
casino where you get it?
You asked for drama in Jeff's life. I'm here.
You have enough drama in your life. I feel like I should
Actually, I really don't though. Like in real life, my drama is very, very like minimal. I,
oh.
I keep it really real with everybody in my family. Like if there's an issue, like I take care of it right now. Like I
Yeah.
go, hey,
You
let's sit
think that,
down,
but
let's
didn't
have
your
this.
wife just hire somebody to try to run you over with a car?
That
Oh
old man.
man, dude, not and you know what? I got life insurance flow, so now you got me thinking, brother.
When I got
I
life
knew.
insurance, I didn't tell my ex-wife.
I knew the day that I signed that life insurance bullshit, I knew that it was coming for me. I knew it could be around any corner, it could be in any bite. You know what I
Ooh,
mean?
that
I
would
could
make
go
me
to sleep.
nervous.
Next
Yeah,
thing you know, you don't wake up anymore. But you know
you,
what? Praise God.
you can't let the beneficiary know that you got a policy and they'll get paid out if you die.
You see, I did not get a lot of life lessons as a young person, right?
Oh, nobody
A
ever
young
taught me
Viking.
this. I just automatically knew it. Like I'm not going to incentivize. I'm not going to tell my wife she gets $200,000 or whatever it was if I die. And then when we got divorced, I had a policy on her too, and I tried to keep it, but it was through work. It was a benefit, and the HR lady looked at me. She's like, "You guys aren't married." I was like, "I know, but I think it's a good." She's like, "You can't. This is a benefit. This is insurance. This is not for you to gamble on whether your ex-wife is going to die or not this year."
She told you that?
Yeah,
Well, see, that's where you get your life lessons, Moose.
Hey,
but I mean,
Jeff,
it is gambling. Buying insurance is gambling, and I just wanted to place. I would have lost it, but at the time, it seemed like there's like chaos.
100% insurance is a gamble. All insurance. Jeff, can you blow up Zatuichi's avatar? Is that blonde bangs, bro? What?
It's
Girl.
Is that an AI picture?
Was that
a
is that your
Photoshop.
RuPaul audition
Yeah,
shot?
it's totally a Photoshop. It's like
Gender
somebody's high
bending.
school yearbook picture.
So, what sort of dudes are you trying to attract with this picture?
None.
He's trying to get the
Well, I think you're
the
on the
lesbian.
path to
I'm
success.
I'm
You know
confident.
how some lesbians like the butch lesbian? Well, that's what Zatoichi is.
Hey, freak.
A butch lesbian.
I'm telling you, we're all trans. It's all trans.
Hey,
We're
I
all
Hey,
made
my
out.
gender
trans.
is a bender every day, baby.
I made out with a married
Gender is
lesbian
a
once.
vendor.
You made out with a man?
A married lesbian.
Oh, unless. Oh,
She was married to
could
a
have been a
woman,
man.
and she was bi, and we made out at
I
the bar.
banged a married lesbian once.
I banged a lesbian, but she wasn't married.
Oh,
But
actually,
she did have a girlfriend, but her girlfriend did not find out, so it was all good.
it was funny because I was like driving over to my girl's house at the time, right? And then her best friend messaged me, and she was a lesbian, and she was like, "Oh yeah, your girl's fucking around on you. You want to come fuck me instead?" And I was like, "What?" I said, "Really?" And she goes, "Yeah, why not?" And she goes, "Come pick me up." Next thing you know, that was history.
Wait, is this a Cerrone movie plot? What's
Well,
going on?
I know. I'm going to get some more coffee. I'll be right back.
Yeah, go get your coffee, man.
Yeah,
You
he
had to
said
keep
going
up
to
with my life.
masturbate.
Shit, my grandfather told me one
Mhm.
time, he said, "You know what's going to kill you, son?" He says, "You're a smart fucking kid. The only thing that's going to get you is pussy."
One time my parents went on vacation and they forgot me, and they left me in the house, and then these two robbers kept trying to get in, and I kept finding ways to make little tricks to.
Did you booby trap the house?
Yeah, that's what I did, man.
That's smart.
I'm playing the Cerrone role right now, bringing up a movie plot and
Yeah,
thinking.
when I returned home from war, like these cops in this small town kept fucking with me.
Yeah,
hmm
what happened, man?
Well, some shit went down. That's all I can say.
Did you go into the woods?
Yeah, I went in the woods. They followed.
Oh man, I hate when that happened. Dolbez does not look amused.
I'm
I
not
said,
really
you
following
don't
along
look
with the
amused.
conversation.
One time when I played baseball in Little League, I got home and suddenly there was a baseball field built in our cornfields.
No shit.
And I played with a bunch of people who ended up being ghosts.
Really?
That's
Did
believable.
you eat something earlier? Something you maybe hadn't, shouldn't? Or did you?
Well, somebody must have built it for them to come, right?
There you go.
I mean, true.
If you build it, they will play.
Man, life is good, folks. Life is good. So, is there anybody here on this panel that thinks that this next election, if we choose the right person, that we're actually going to see a better future?
Jeff does. Jeff believes in the process.
Man, I can't believe it. I was watching this bitch from, I think, Wisconsin, and she's like talking to the audience like she's fucking, like they're 2 years old. She keeps going, "Let's flip the page, guys. I want you to say it
Oh,
with me. Let's flip the page." And then the crowd goes, "We're going to flip the page."
that's so embarrassing.
It
Imagine
really
being in
fucking
such a
is,
crowd.
man. Dude, Dolby's, I wish that you guys would let me be a refugee back in my home country, because this country is, I mean, the people that live here are fucking retarded.
We're already taken in too many refugees, and at this point, it's probably more dangerous to take in Americans than it is to take in Middle Easterns.
Well, if you let me move over there, I won't bother you. I'll just eat your pets. I won't eat the regular food.
Dude, that is
That's
so
all, sir.
sick. I
Well,
saw it on Twitter, right? I went on Twitter for the first time in years, and this fucking dude is roasting a dog in his backyard, and his neighbor's filming it. I'm
Guys,
just
you know
like,
that I'm eating Chinese food right now.
sorry. Ruh-roh. Don't
oh,
worry,
welcome
Jeff.
back, Jeff.
Everything's normal here. Everything's all right.
Yeah, no, it
Things
seems
change.
like it. I don't have no idea what I missed. But
The Freak
Yeah.
just gifted 5 memberships to your channel.
oh, are you serious? Wow, the freak. Thank you so much. And you can come on up if you want to. Go ahead. Thank you very much. We have 5 new outliers, and I just learned that if I go to YouTube, it will show me who the individual members are. So let me do that.
Ooh.
I cannot figure out how to accept a membership on the computer. It just is, it's not an
I
option.
can't receive if you have a brand channel, you can't receive gifted memberships. Like I can't get any.
But I
Can
don't.
you
I just have a regular
You could
channel.
afford hold on, Flow State. You could afford the 99 cents to be a member here. This is the best 99 cents you'll ever spend. This is actually a better 99 cents. You'll actually get less than what you get at the Flow State
Man,
channel. You don't even get
Judas.
emojis here. No
Oh,
emojis. All you get is a little green thing that says you're part of the club, brother.
this
And
is
that, you
this
know
is
what?
why.
Well, I have the ability to do emojis. I just haven't done them yet. I'm not sure what
No,
emojis.
Look,
no, I'm not
enjoy
talking down
my ex
about you. I'm
promoter.
just trying to
He
be a
used,
marketing
he used to be
campaign.
saying the same things about me, Jeff, and come a day or two from now, he'll be moving on and saying best 99 cents about somebody else.
Well, that's fine. There's room for all of us, I think.
Wait, what are you
Just what?
saying?
I'm trying to see how to see who got the memberships. The other day, that program I was using let me.
Just go to live chat in YouTube.
I did, but it's not showing me the individual new members.
Weird.
In Flow State.
Uh,
I don't know what you're talking about. I've supported you throughout the way. I've given you enough drama, and now I'm not on the drama team anymore. I'm on your side. I'm just coming
so
through.
you know
This
what? You
side
are
is
way more
drama.
honorable. You came
What
in
was
clutch with that $10 so much faster, and you didn't even know it to the extent that Tarek for sure owes me
Oh my
$100.
God, y'all are still talking about that.
well,
Tarek?
no, this is all about making things right, because I
No,
was talking
I'm
shit
giving
about him. I
Lucius
was like,
props.
I was saying, oh, I'm not morally, me and Flow State aren't on the same moral ground or whatever, and I was just spouting out a bunch of bullshit, and he was like, well, if that's the way you want to be, you could either toss me your first donation or you can get the fuck out. And I said, you know what? I said it is kind of fucked up to sit there and talk shit while you're sitting there going on my channel, trying to help me grow my channel and trying to give me some tips, life advice, and just be a cool dude. And so I gave him the $10. I said, hey,
And how has the revenue been since then? You've been keeping up. You've been getting more donuts. You've been hustling, and you
no, I
actually have you been
actually
streaming?
I pulled back. I haven't been streaming. I pulled back and I've been spending time in nature.
Nature is
Doing
really lame.
I know it is. It doesn't pay the
Mm-mm.
bills either.
Well, good. Y'all stay out
It
of it.
just it just makes you itchy. Like there's things like mosquitoes and shit.
Pop flies.
Just be in nature in the winter. So much better.
Well,
Then there's no
I got to
mosquitoes.
get the sun before winter comes because at the end of winter, if I stay in Maine, I'm gonna look like Casper.
Uh-oh. Well, that people will, your Norwegian claim will be more credible.
I think I'm
All
getting
right, well,
the
I have the
housekeeping.
5. Hang on, real quick. I have the 5 new members. Dave's Waffle House, welcome. Nicole, 22. President Zaddy. Wow, that
What?
sounds um, kind of
Where?
exciting. Annette Essman and Southern Drawl accent. I like the name. And Sean G, welcome. Those are our 5 newest outliers. Thanks to Dafreak.
The freak. Praise God, the freak. I appreciate the support. He dropped me a cash app as well. So asked about my monetization status. I haven't heard shit back from YouTube. So
About your
uh,
channel, the monitor.
yeah, they said it could take up to a month. It's been about 2.5, 3 weeks, and oh
Yeah, but even if they don't monetize you back up, like, won't you get away with more stuff if you're not monetized and you
yeah.
can still
So
do the
so
cash?
not being monetized lets me fuck around with like music and stuff, which is awesome. Um, being monetized gives me. I miss the custom
Thank
emojis.
you, Vinny.
The
Oh, so
Sticker
you don't have
King.
custom emojis anymore?
No, that's part of the membership gig, right? So when I lost monetization, they stripped all that stuff. So I miss some of the features. I like being able to play with music. Oh damn, she's hot. And I
Yeah, I
sorry,
love
I
the
just got
piss
distracted.
emoji.
I forgot.
I love to go in there and use the piss
Boobs.
emoji and then the Jack Talcott right
Right.
next to you.
What I was gonna say is that on the whole, like my bottom line has not really been affected much because the top line has been reduced, but YouTube is not taking a cut of anything. I do have to work a little harder. Like I have
So
to.
you have other sites like Cash App and stuff that you still
Yeah, I've got Cash App,
get your donations
PayPal,
on.
Venmo. And Kofi if people want to use credit cards. So I do have to like remind people more assertively because it's inconvenient payment methods. It's really easy to just click the super chat button. You know.
Okay, Flow
Hmm.
State. When you advertise the Kofi, I want you to talk about how people need to dig a little deeper into their wallets and their souls, since
Reach
they're
into
using
their
their credit
hearts,
Damn.
your
cards.
pocketbooks.
No, seriously. I mean, they're using their credit cards, right? They got to dig deeper into their hearts and their souls to share with
But
you.
and I agree. I'm trying to find the balance because I guess I end up getting like lazy or something. I don't know what it is, but I think I go too fast to the bit and method of why the fuck aren't you assholes giving me money?
Why don't you just make a clip of Sasquatch or someone making you a commercial?
You know, you're absolutely right. That is one of those things that's been on the to do list for a while.
That
What if
way
we
you
had
don't
like a
look
little
like the
production
asshole. Somebody else
company
does.
that people could make those kind of clips for the
I need
channels that
Moose.
needed them?
I need Moose to help me because I'm trying to get some money up for a concert this weekend. I need some gummies.
His gummy fund.
Wait, how am I going to make you money?
Well,
I help
you're
people
good
get
at help.
monetized.
You're good at selling the product. You're good at talking it up.
I'm good at selling everybody else's shit, but for some reason I can't sell myself.
Well,
Well,
um, you, you have sold yourself to some people in some ways,
Hank,
but part
Hank's
of
my
that,
biggest
a lot of that's
supporter.
on you though, honestly.
I will sell you Moose. Step right up. Do I hear $20 for Moose's butthole? One premium bussy.
Hey,
$20.
hey,
I will not bleach my butthole for $20. It's going to take a
It's
lot more than
well,
nasty.
that.
according to you, you won't have to soon if you stay up there.
We could put it on the Patreon though, Flo.
You know what? I do. I don't fuck with Patreon. But I do still have.
Oh,
God bless. God the fuck bless who is ever is out there giving me like $3.11 every month for years and getting nothing in return.
Jeff, you going hunting today?
No,
You should wearing that
my
getup.
camo, not with these antlers on. No,
No,
stick
that's
myself
the
in the
thing.
woods.
He's trying to show the deer how not to get shot.
Y'all talking about the Kamala debate, Trump?
oh yeah.
It wasn't a debate. Like it was not a dialogue or a conversation whatsoever. It was
It was
just
an
them.
embarrassing
Like
display of emotional appeal.
How drunk
yeah,
would
they
you
were
have to be
just
to bang
spitting
Kamala?
random grievances at each other.
It was like watching two housewives sit on the porch and bitch about their neighborhood. It was like, really? This is what we're dealing with?
Pretty
So
much.
true. I
Yeah, I think this is a chance for Americans to become independent for the next 4 years and find
You
ways
know
to
what,
become less reliant on their
Dolby?
government.
If you don't bring me into to your country and make me your king, I'm gonna go over to fucking Scotland and buy a plot of land and become a lord.
Bro, I think you can do that on the moon too.
By the way, I'll just add that that established title was revealed as a scam, but it would be still
No, it's
try.
not. I got a certificate and everything.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg
Yeah, but
has one.
that certificate
Snoop
real?
Dogg's a
It
lord.
says right on it.
My ancestors are from Scotland. They were the ones that they fought against William Wallace, and then they fought against the English. They're like whoever the hell was winning.
Bro,
Monster
I'm a
Leggy.
direct descendant of the king that killed Braveheart. So we
Long,
fought on the same side, I think.
well, for a little while anyway.
Hey, Leggy, thank you. Macbeth.
Leggy
Waiting.
has warned us that he's going to be crawling out of the lobster
The
trap and
lobster man
appearing on
is.
panels soon.
I met one of
Oh,
those lobster
He's in the
people,
back.
the ones that
we have
got
a
fucked
lobster
up by
person
that
right
by
here.
that drug. You know, in the
Yo,
earlier.
Hello,
fuck,
Yo,
that
lobster.
wasn't
yo.
supposed to happen. Shit. Sorry. Hey, what's up?
Hello.
What are y'all doing?
So, Leggy, I have a question for you. It's a very pertinent
What?
question.
What
How
moose?
much how much cannabis have you consumed today, my brother?
Uh,
Enough?
about 3 joints today because I've been on the boat.
Oh, you're on the boat. Are you
Yeah.
off now? Or are you still on the boat?
Yeah, no, I'm off now.
Ah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. 3 joints, folks. Leggy here has smoked 3 joints. Usually he smokes an ounce a day.
Marijuana is a
Damn.
great cure for
No-
nausea when you're on a boat. If you're not
Well,
used
I don't
to
know.
it.
Sometimes it has the opposite effect, actually.
Really?
Maybe if your
Yeah.
stomach were so full of semen, the waves wouldn't bother your tummy.
Now, why would you say that?
Ooh.
Well, I
I
Tell
didn't
me
mean,
that,
know. I saw an
because I
Julian.
mean, he's
I'm sorry,
reflecting
Jeff. I saw an opportunity. I
his
took it.
self reflection onto us. I mean, that's all it
Projection.
is.
Self
Yeah.
projection.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to understand, Flow State does hang out with Based Oracle while he's wearing no shirt, and then he comes to Gen X Jeff. So I'm thinking there might be a both ways kind of thing here.
Well, I mean, Moose, you're small enough that you could go. You could look either way. Like the tiniest Viking.
And you title yourself Moose? Like, is that to cover up something? You know, you title yourself
That's that's a reference to his knuckle that he gets when he tucks his dick.
Uh-huh. I'm sorry, Moose. We're just making fun of you. We're just having fun. Don't take it
Look,
Moose,
if
show
you
him the
can't bust somebody's
show him
balls
the
and then
knuckle,
just fuck
Moose.
over
Show
it,
him how good a knuckle you can make.
Oh, I was just going outside. Show him what?
I was being serious
Show him
though about
what?
you helping me get $50 because you
Am
could,
I
you know,
lagging or is Flow State lagging?
All you need is $50 for gummies.
yeah.
It's like- I want to say, and you think that people on the internet are gonna, like, random people are gonna buy your drugs for
it's in
you.
the Jeep.
They
But then
do.
I realized that yes, there are random people
They
out there
do, man. There's a
that
guy
will buy
named
your
there's a
drugs for
kid
you.
named Connie. Apparently, he's gotten thousands of dollars from the internet just to buy weed and cigarettes, and I'm not even
That's
asking.
pretty amazing.
I'm just asking for a special occasion to go to a concert because I'm going to
What
be in
about your dignity, your
dignity.
your,
What
your
dignity?
Yeah,
pride, your?
what? The man's asking for a gift. If
I'm
you're
He's
gonna give
begging
him a
for
unemployed.
gift,
weed.
praise God.
I'm
Begging for
unemployed. Look,
weed
I'm unemployed. I need a
live.
hip
You can't
replacement.
even receive donuts on anyone else's stream. You got to make your own stream and hit
I
people
have
up.
I have my own stream.
Then what are you doing over here, begging us to beg for you?
I'm
Go
not.
beg for yourself.
I just asked if Moose would come to my stream and
I'll
talk.
do it for you.
Moose, are you?
Just send me a message. What? What's up, Flo?
Oh, sorry. I didn't know if you had this covered or if I needed to pimp you out some.
Oh, all right. How much is it gonna cost him? 20%, 30%?
What?
Uh, yeah, 30%, 30% to me, and I'll deal with all the
I'll take
scheduling
20.
and enforcement collection.
30% to you, 30% to you too.
This is getting a bit like a very for $50. This is too congested. I think.
Well, we're gonna have to raise $100 because 25 or 20 goes to me, 30 goes to you, 50 goes to him. So I gotta raise 100
Uh,
now.
And
Never mind. I'll do it myself.
that's
Just
what he said.
can you
Wait,
beg your mom for $50?
I could, but I don't like doing that.
You'd
Good.
rather beg
I'd do it
there.
for less.
and I
Uh,
didn't pick the name Moose, by the way, Dolbs. I went to jujitsu class and my class gave me the name Moose. I didn't ask
I'm a
for it. I
big
didn't.
kid now.
Yeah, I feel.
I think it fits. I can't picture you
Yeah,
as anything other than Moose now.
it's a nice
Can you see-
nickname. I
Yeah,
like Moose.
Moose riding his
See,
bike to
Moose.
jujitsu.
When I heard Moose,
The
he does not
European name
fit the
better.
category of what I think of a moose.
I got a little
Most
motorcycle.
dudes I know named Moose are big motherfuckers, like 300-pound plus dudes.
Yeah.
Either that or
Yeah,
they're
but
named
see,
Tiny.
I'm big where it counts,
Yeah, I was
leggy.
about to say. You took the words right out of my mouth. I was
Look,
going to
look,
say that.
what in your mouth? Like, I mean, Jesus, big foot, big mouth, big ears. We know you ain't
Y'all are
talking
thinking
about your
inside the
pecker.
box. You have to. You
I
have to
Yeah,
get
you gotta
Look,
get
think
to
Big
look, we
outside the
know he
knuckles,
ain't
to
box.
talking
see
about
the.
his pecker.
I do have a big mouth, but I don't
big
so
labia
fit.
cleavage.
Flo, what is your origin story?
What do you mean by origin story? Am I like the channel name or like
No, your orgy story.
my ancestry, like
What
how I became
are you
evil?
looking at this question? Why did Flo pick his name?
Oh, okay. I was not looking. I was driving.
Okay,
I
that's
didn't
better.
pick the name. When the channel started, there was two of us, and the other guy picked the name, and it was in reference to a conversation that we had where we're because it started as a personality type in the typology sector, and we're both a similar type, and we thrive well in high pressure situations. And so we're kind of lamenting the fact that for us to really be at our best, everything has to be at its worst. And so it was just a nod at that conversation.
Moose had a way better origin story.
I
So
subbed
was
Flow
it?
State just based on the name months ago because I like that name, Flow State. It's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Well, it
You know when
reminds
he
me of
really
two
gets into
things. It
flow?
reminds me of science, and it reminds me of like when you're in a flow state, like in a conversation, like everybody's on the
Right.
same page.
I mean, and
Just
that's what the conversation was. We are talking about how we go into a flow state in emergency situations, and we both perform well then. So yeah, it was
Yeah,
just
but
a reference to that.
Oh,
now that
okay.
you're
Now I get it.
solo flow, it's basically you flowing with bitches. Like every time the bitches come up, you seem to get in your flow, and they seem to be like having their mouths
Because
drooling
he
over
white
you.
knights for him. He's their
And it's
protector, their
fine.
champion.
You know what? Before I would talk shit about that, right? But it's like, dude, why hate? Why hate the
Why?
player?
Hey, yeah, you guys want to chase all the girls off and have a bunch of dudes sitting around talking about how much
No,
you hate
that's what
women?
this is for. Your channel is for all the
Yeah,
drama
your
and the
channel is for the
chicks,
hot bitches.
right? And then the dudes could come hang out in the little corner when they need a break from all that.
And I'll tell them too. I'll go over there and tell them I call them hot bitches because there's a couple on there that couple cougars like Margot.
Marco, isn't that the one that Telka dates?
Yeah, I call her my cougar now. It's fucking hilarious.
I mean, she's got them things, you know,
She's got them jigglies, them danglies.
but she has not shown them on my stream yet, so that will have to happen actually.
Well, your pimp game is really slipping then,
I still
because
can't believe
you were getting
Lindsay
everybody else to
flashed you
show
guys
everything.
on your show. That was ridiculous. Getting porn bombed by a woman, dude, that's the first.
That's great.
Is it porn bombing if it's like you live? I don't know if that's properly a porn bomb.
Well, I mean, it kind of
It's
is. Like,
definitely
you weren't
nudity.
expecting it. I don't think you were expecting her to just bam, all right, show's over.
Um, Not really. I didn't think that she would actually do that, and then I didn't think that she would keep getting naked when I ended the stream. But
Was that toxic femininity? Is that what was
no,
driving it?
that was absolutely healthy, happy goodness. What are you talking about? Toxic
Oh,
feminine.
okay.
Your
It's
game is just showing. That was fantastic.
I thought it was directed at some other girl she was having drama with.
Oh, I mean, it was sort of a. She was getting talked down to by Cynthia, and I think that she was like, I'm tired of this fucking conversation, and
So
she
they
found a way
fight
to end
back with
it.
their boob. That's like their power to shift
I
the
think so.
discourse.
Yeah, it works.
I forget what other worldly being said this, but they said, "Be as little children."
Was it,
Meaning,
dude, hippie, Jesus?
Jesus said that.
Was it? It sounded like something he'd say.
What does that have to do with boobs?
Well, because it's not. I wouldn't consider it nudity or this or that. It's just it's people being as little children, just acting how people want to act. Having fun, doing their thing.
Like showing your boobs?
Yeah, why not?
Like Mardi Gras, New Orleans?
Yeah, exactly. It's just the party.
I think in this case it was some form of aggression.
Oh well, I don't know about that. I've never had anybody.
It was definitely it was something. I don't know. Yeah, probably a weird form of aggression or frustration or something.
Yeah, something like
Uh,
that. Like,
But
more
I'm okay
power.
with that. Like, not all sex has to be happy sex. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. Yeah.
Dude, why? You know what? You should just talk to Mrs. Flo and get on a plane. You, Mrs. Flo, go out there, give her the pound town, and film or do whatever. Do whatever.
Film
Make
it.
a whole YouTube spectacle out of it.
Why would two of us
Isn't that what
travel
that guy
when
in
one of them?
France just got convicted for?
Well, because
With
she'll
those
be
50
filming.
guys?
She'll be filming the all the nonsense, right?
No, what
Moose,
I'm
She'll be
I'm
saying
not
is,
filming
sure
that
if you've been
crap.
watching the news, but this is not the. This is like the worst day to be
What are
talking
you
about
talking
that
about?
story because there was a case in the news in France that is exactly what happened.
who the fuck
What?
listens to France news? We don't care.
Well,
Wait,
it's
I
all over
what?
the headline, and it's pretty grisly, and
Wait,
so
what are you
Wait, what
talking
happened?
about? Somebody flew from like YouTube, flew out to go see somebody else?
no, I don't want to go into the details. Just pull up the wherever you get your news from. It's like the
All right,
one of the top
I'll
I
headlines.
get
go
my
check
news
it
from
out. I don't
YouTube.
know.
I don't watch news, but like, even though I have no doubt Lindsay would is probably is very good chance she would try to kill me. I don't think that she could get it done.
I didn't even realize that you were worried that it had escalated to that point.
I mean, no, it's cool. It's like it's not a problem.
So Jeff, a three-legged dog walks into a saloon, and he says, "I'm looking for the man that shot my paw."
God, that was fucking dumb.
I know.
Ah, I got it. It was cute. I
Don't laugh
liked it.
at it,
I
Jeff.
liked it.
Don't get. You did not. You hated it.
Looking for the man that shot my paw. It was funny.
No, it's not, Jeff.
It
Don't do that.
was. It was funny.
All right, I gotta drop down anyway because I gotta go get my peels. But I'll talk to you guys
Your
later.
nerve peels or your other
Nah, just
peels?
peels, man, peels.
Run for the
Peels.
gummies.
Okay. Well, have fun.
All right, thank you. And
All right.
anybody wants to donate for my gummies, send them over to my channel, please.
Yeah. Let me drop your link. Go
When is
check
that
out
going down?
Zats. Give him a like. Subscribe.
All
Send
right,
some
thank you.
When are
scratches
you
away
doing
for weed if
when are
you're
you
so
doing this
moved.
stream?
Sayonara, Zatoichi.
I'll do my stream later today.
Okay, all
All
right.
right. I might drop
Are
in.
you on, if you're on Discord, send me a message. Let me
All right.
know.
Yeah, yeah. All right, thank you guys. See you later.
Take care. And Dobes, take care too. Good to see you. Um, let us know. Give us more info on this theory as you get it. All right. What do we have left? Well, did they take the panel with them?
Well, no,
I'm
I
still
gotta go
here,
figure
guys.
out what's
Me
going
and
on in
Moose are still
France.
here, and who else? I'm driving, so I can't really look that good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's
Mike
Mike's
did
Moose.
write in
here.
the chat that he's on a work site doing an inspection, but he'll be home in an hour or so or something.
Who?
Mikey.
I thought that he was a Fed
Cerrone?
and a psychiatrist.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh.
I'm just repeating what the chat said.
Oh, okay.
I enjoy his company.
I don't have any
Sometimes
problem
it
with
goes
Mike.
a little long on the food or the movies, but I mean, I enjoy his company.
I do have a good time shitting on him.
So you see the same
But
thing other people see, the locale
I
thing.
enjoy shitting on lots of people, though.
Yeah, I mean, I am a sadomasochist, but I guess I'm not that sadistic.
I think that you are. You just do it in a way more subtle way.
Maybe so.
Your aggression is
More
way more.
sophisticated.
It's not sophisticated. It's passive.
Not mine is?
Yes.
No. I'm
Yes,
one
it
of the
is.
least passive aggressive people I know. That's why I get in trouble up here all the time because the people up here are so passive aggressive, and I'm very direct, and they don't like
You
that.
should
They don't know
play.
what to
You
do
should
with it.
play back the when you and Cynthia got in the conflict. You're super passive aggressive, and she's like she's aggressive as fuck.
Well, that's not us getting into conflict. That's her deciding she had some problem with me and making a attack video. But it wasn't like mutual conflict. That's what she does. That's the same thing she does to anybody for content.
But
She
that's the passive part, right?
on my part, like
Yeah,
I'm just sitting there and she
because
attack. I guess that's passive, but that's where's the aggression?
I mean you were kind
Because
of
once I
you were
got
shit
attacked, I
talking,
was
not
not
shit
passive at
talking.
all.
I don't know. We need a third party to weigh in on this because now he's gaslighting my memory.
Well, what is your memory telling you? Because it's all on video. Let me Sasquatch real quick. Self awareness. I'll put my self awareness against anybody's any day. I'll tell you that. But self awareness is unrelated to like autistic people can be, some can be, and some cannot be. Same with neurotypicals. There's nothing about autism in particular. In fact, aut means self. If anything, we're more self aware. Like we're more self focused. So, what is your memory of what happened?
I remember that. I don't remember. Oh, she came on the panel. She started going at you for some reason. I don't even remember why, but she started going at you, and you
Okay.
responded sort of sarcastically, and then, but it wasn't a big deal. And then, uh, but later that day, like she made a video shit talking you, and your response was what you said, right? Like, oh, this is her being mad. I'm not shit talking her. But it was sort of one of those not attacks, right? Like, oh, look at how dumb and petty she is. I'm above this.
But that's true. I mean, that wasn't an attack.
So, I mean,
She was
but it
going
is.
pretty
Bro,
low. Like
she
you've
is
never
still
heard
my
me say
self
anything
yourself.
about her weight. I never called her Job of the Hut. I've just
See,
never
see,
I
gone.
did. I
see,
called her
there.
Job of the
That was
Hut.
it.
I think
That's
she's
it.
a fat bitch.
Job of the Hut.
That's
I think
passive
that she's a
aggression to
nasty
you.
person
You just
inside
you
and
just
out.
had you
And
just
if she
brought up a
was
very
any nicer, I would never call her stuff like that. But
yeah.
she's a
I would
nasty
I
person.
would never say that she's a fucking piece of shit. You know, like you just brought up specific criticisms to say that you would never say the thing.
Yeah.
Like yes,
Like
that is absolutely a fact.
that's not what you when you're saying I attack her or something. I didn't attack anything like that about her like she did with me because I wouldn't go that low.
And it was worse when she was going at me. She was talking about my wife and child and shit.
Yeah.
So what do you expect?
But
You
no, it's
expect me
not.
to just be like, oh, that
And she
fat bitch is
lied.
cool with
She
me?
just flat out
Wait, what?
lied on video.
Moose. This is the whole no. It doesn't matter. This isn't a who's right or wrong. This is a is Jeff passive aggressive?
Oh,
But
we're
what
not even
you're
talking about me.
describing
I'm
as
just saying
passive
about me.
aggression, like not calling her names, that's not my definition of passive aggressive. So
It's
we may have different ideas of what passive
if I say
aggression is.
I'm not gonna fight with Jeff because I'm better than Jeff and he's too fucking stupid, right? I'm not this stupid. Am I not
Those
saying
are
that you're
fighting
stupid?
words.
Where's the
I see
aggression?
what I see what he's saying though. Those are kind of like a fighting words. Those are
It's
like
it's like catty reverse aggression.
I like it.
That's not passive aggression though.
you could be fine with it, Jeff. You
Yeah,
don't have to
it
have a.
wasn't meant. It's not an insult or criticism. It's just
I'm
observation.
not apologize for it. Like I meant everything I said. I'm just saying that that is not what I know as passive aggression. After living here in Washington State, where the passive aggression is the norm here, that's not the kind of stuff I know as passive aggression.
Well, which of us
It's when
reached those
people
you said?
they have a feeling, they have some kind of hostility or anger toward you, but they don't express it directly. They express it in these little ways
Right,
where it comes out
an
sideways.
indirect
That's
way,
not what I'm
an
doing when
indirect
when I say
expression.
something like I don't call Cynthia fat. That's not the same thing. Like
No, I mean
if
she's
I
good
was
boners. Don't
at
get me wrong.
Cynthia's house or something and I brought over like a big cheesecake or some donuts and I said, "Here, Cynthia, why don't you have some donuts? I know you like them." That would be passive aggressive.
Yeah, see, you're doing
But
it really well right now. Yeah,
me
with all
describing
the examples of the
how I
things
react
that
to
you.
Cynthia is not passive aggressive. So I think it's a semantic issue. But what you're categorizing as passive aggressive, the thing I'm doing, I would not put in that category.
I absolutely, and all the things that you just did with the donuts, with the things that I would never do this thing to her. And so you do the thing to demonstrate what you would never do. That's exactly passive aggressive.
No. In your, I think in your mind you have that classified as passive aggression, but that's not what most
You
people
know what?
think of when they
I could
think of
see from
passive
both
aggression.
sides. I could see how Flow State sees it passive aggressive, but I could also see how you see it as like you were just viewing what she was, saying about you, and you were commenting on it. Like, how are
I'm
you
not a
not seeing it
passive.
as a
If
comment?
Flo wants to think I'm being passive aggressive, let him, because he's the only one that's gonna
I
pay the
I don't think
price
it's
for
an
that
offensive thing. It was
thinking.
just a
Because I'm pretty
perception thing.
aggressive. So if he wants to underestimate me and
There's
think I'm
no price to be paid. You said, okay, so Jeff, you're going to sit here and say that you were not just now being passive aggressive towards Cynthia when you said all the things you would not say about her.
I'm not passive aggressive towards. I'm actively aggressive. I'm not
You, okay,
pretending
yeah.
to like
People,
Cynthia and
look, people
secretly.
can be both
I'm
things.
openly, directly being aggressive toward her. I don't like the bitch. I want nothing to do with her. I think she's trashy, hateful. She creates fights for content, drama for content at the expense of friendships. She has fake friendships. She lies on people. She attacks them. She attacks things about them that most people would not attack. She went after my homosexuality, my autism. That's all things that I never realized she had a problem with till she started making these videos. So I am directly, aggressively expressing my distaste for all of that. None of that's passive. I'm
You can
openly,
use both.
directly
You
doing all
can
of it.
use both forms. You just demonstrated both forms of it.
I think in your mind you're caught up on this. If I say something indirectly,
That
that's passive.
that
Indirect is not.
that
Is
is
not.
passive.
It's not the same thing as
Passive doesn't
passive.
mean you have to be faking a friendship.
Hey, let's go dictionary this, so that way we can just come up with the
Yeah, I
definition,
can
so we
ask
all
the
have
A.
an understanding. Because I honestly like, it doesn't fucking matter to me.
I mean,
Like,
it feels
as
like it's semantics. We're not disagreeing
It
about
is
the thing. We're just
it is
disagreeing
semantic.
about what to call it.
Absolutely, you disagreed with my semantic. Um, but regardless, just because you can be passive aggressive doesn't mean you can't be direct aggressive at the same time. I employ both of them.
hey,
You employ
Right,
both.
but
question,
what you're
Flo. I got
calling
a
it,
question.
I think you're getting indirect and passive confused.
I
That's
got a
what the
question.
fuck passive. All right, what?
Uh, do you trust Cynthia, Flo?
Um, I trust Cynthia to be Cynthia.
Okay,
Uh,
that was my only question. I
She's
yield.
publicly lied on street. I don't trust anybody that lies.
Everybody lies.
I don't lie.
Everybody has
Yeah,
Especially
lied.
not
do
as blatantly as she does. She
you?
went on stream and she said that I did not know ahead of time she was making a video and that I was lying to y'all when I said I knew the video was coming. When
It's
she came in the Discord several days, several different times, and announced that she was making the video, and she even posted it on video and then kept rescheduling it, rescheduling it,
It's fine.
rescheduling.
I really don't care about the conflict itself. I'm more
I'm
interested in the
making the
definition.
point that she lies and she lies on camera. And so somebody brought up the lies. If y'all don't care, I'm addressing a point that was brought up. So don't bring up points and then take them back and say, "Oh, I don't
I
care about the
thought that
point I
you were
just brought
fighting.
up."
I thought she was fighting herself.
Do what?
I didn't think that you were engaging in the conflict with Cynthia. I thought that was just her fighting with herself.
It was.
Did we get the
The
definition?
whole conflict is in her head. Like I other than the day the troll came up, like Snafu posed as her, but all the things that Snafu pretended that he was saying while pretending to be Cynthia, Cynthia actually did agree with and believe. So he was getting her psychology accurate the whole time.
Okay, so what's the definition?
Oh, let's see. A form of indirect aggression in which a person expresses anger or hostility in a subtle, manipulative, or non confrontational way. Instead of directly communicating their feelings, they may use passive behavior, sarcasm, or avoidance to express their underlying resentment or frustration. So
Hand me my
it's you
double
have
euro.
one emotion and you're trying to mask it with another. I'm not trying to mask the emotion I have towards Cynthia. I'm not trying to pretend
Hand
it's
me
one
the
emotion.
W. Oh, you're just gonna resist. All right. Like I clearly was the right one here.
Flo, if in your mind you want an inaccurate concept of passive aggression and you want to continue to think that that's passive aggression,
No, it's
I'm
verified exactly
certainly
what I
not
said.
going to be able to stop
Jeff,
you.
just because you don't
But you're
admit you're
carrying
wrong doesn't
around
mean that you're right.
a less refined
No,
um,
not. That what
understanding of the concept if you want to think
no,
that's in passive
you're
aggression.
trying to
Because I
overly
think in the
restrict
future
it.
you're going to get confused by people that are masking emotions versus expressing emotions, and you're going to get confused by people who
Indirect
are
or
being
manipulative. It's a
ironic or
pretty
indirect,
wide.
and people that are actually
Mhm.
being passive aggressive. So you're just creating confusion for your own self. And if you want to do that, that's fine. I'm just trying to look out for
You
your.
don't have to admit you were wrong to be wrong, Jeff.
I'm not passive aggressive towards Cynthia. I'm very aggressive toward her. I actively dislike her. I'm not trying to pretend otherwise. I don't know how that's passive. I don't know how anybody can describe that as
Because
passive.
you're still acting like pretending, like faking friendship is a
No, I'm
key part
not
of it.
faking friendship with
I know
Cynthia.
you're not,
That
but
friendship ended publicly
oh
on
my,
stream weeks ago. So that you can sit here and make the claim that I'm faking a friendship with
no, you're
Cynthia, and that's what your claim
stop
of
straw
passive
manning me.
aggression rests
You're
on.
straw
That
manning
is
me.
absolutely incorrect. I
Straw
am
manning
not
is a form of
faking a friendship with Cynthia. So
you're
you're
faking
wrong
confusion
if
about
you
what I'm
think that.
saying. You're faking
You
confusion about
just
what I'm
said
saying
that.
right
You
now.
just said I was faking
Listen to
a
me the whole
friendship
way
with
through.
Cynthia.
Stop spazzing.
Don't tell me what to do on my panel. If you want to come up and have a conversation, have one with me. But don't come up and try to control the conversation and my role in it on my own panel.
As your producer, non-producer, I just want to let you know that I think that Flow State is a good addition here. I think the conversation that we're having today is not a great conversation, but I do think that we should end the conversation and continue on at a later time or whatever, because I think it would be beneficial for your channel and for you to have conversations with somebody, especially someone like that who you may not agree with at many times. I
I
yield.
didn't. He did make a claim. He made a claim that I was faking a friendship with Cynthia, Joe. So go back and rewind the stream. Moose, I don't. I don't even know why I'm having this conversation because I've said everything I have to say about it, and none of my position has changed. Like Cynthia and I haven't talked in months. I suspect this is content. I suspect Flow is kind of content forming, because there's the Cynthia drama is a dead storyline. There's nothing new about it at all, and so he's just trying to milk past drama for continued content. I don't I'm not opposed to having the conversation, but I don't know any reason to have it because I don't have anything new to add that I haven't already said on stream.
I actually, I actually think the topic is extremely interesting, but some of us don't know who Cynthia is. So speaking about a
Cynthia
specific
was
person,
somebody in the panelverse that was part of my little friend circle, and she all hung out. She hung out on Discord. She watched movies with us, and we all thought we were friends. The short version is a troll came on the channel one day when I was doing an all man's panel and pretended to be Cynthia. It was in the back chat and pretended to be Cynthia and was complaining, why don't you let women on the panel? I can't believe you're doing this, Jeff. I can't believe that you feel this way about women and trying to start trouble. And so I went after this person thinking it was Cynthia. And then when it was over, Cynthia messaged me on Discord and she's like, "Hey, I heard that you thought I was a troll on your show. That wasn't me. I hope you know that. I would never think any of that stuff." And I'm like, "Oh, no. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that wasn't you. Well, then I'm sorry. I thought it was you. It was a troll." And then she said, "Okay, we're all good." And that was the end of it to me. Well, we weren't good because secretly she went and made these videos attacking me and Moose. She made fun of my autism. She made fun of my rocking. She called me a woman. She said how effeminate I was. She started talking about my homosexuality. She called me Jeffrina. She kept calling me a girl. Stuff that had nothing to do with whatever the issue was. She was bringing in all this like personal attack stuff.
Oh yeah, bringing in my wife and my
Well, yeah,
child
she
and
went
talking
after
about
Moose's
me. Hey,
wife, and she said in the video that she's doing it for content. She's like, "I'm a content creator. I have a content brain. I'm always thinking of ways to make content." So she was using this conflict as content for her channel at the expense of this friendship that we supposedly had.
yeah,
yeah, and
like,
it's not. Oh, go ahead.
well, I'm just saying because I don't know Cynthia and I don't know a lot of people like that on YouTube. The idea, the conversation, the topic of assertiveness versus passive aggressiveness is very intriguing to me.
This is the narrative that Flo has in his head, and he's 100% wrong about it. That's not what I'm doing right now. So if that's your attempt at decoding my folk psychology, you're doing a really bad job at it. I'm trying to tell you this as a friend. I'm trying to help you get it right because you're so off.
Oh, and then Daisy says that she went and got me so I can go speak for myself. And then I get up on panel and she keeps muting my mic and keeps like just acting like a total asshole. when I'm trying to tell her, like, hey, I wasn't the one that pretended to be you. I was sitting here on panel just like everybody else, and I knew who it was, and it was just a really, it was an interesting way to see someone try to get views and just throw other people away. It was like,
Hmm.
hey, this is what I can get out of you. That's about all I can get. All right, you're gone.
That's what it looked like to me too. And then she tried to frame it as I was the one that threw away our friendship, that we had this real close friendship, and I was the one that threw it away. So she did the Darvo shit too.
Is Flo off StreamYard now, or is he just backstage?
No, I kicked him out. He's not going to come in and bully the conversation on my own panel and tell me not to spaz and all that. People, he's watched me enough to know that anybody that comes on and does that is going to get kicked. It happened to be him today. I don't know why he chose that tactic, but that was the consequence of it. And that's usually what happens when anybody tries to come and weaponize my autism against me with the stop spurging, stop spazzing, all that stuff. They know how I am. They know how I get. They know how conversations with me are going to go. So if they're going to engage in a conversation with me and that stuff throws them off or bothers them and they want to try to control or micromanage that part of me, my autism, that's not what this space is for. I'm not going to allow that to happen to anybody in this space, including myself. And then he's going to go and frame it in a different way to create content
No,
for his channel,
Jeff,
like I
stop.
was trying to not be wrong. I was trying to not acknowledge that he actually got it right, that was passive aggression, and I just am too proud to acknowledge it. How stupid. I just know that the people that watch this channel are intelligent enough to see what's going on here.
I'll throw myself in the fire.
Daisy, it's also a sign of autism. I was rocking my entire life. The trauma didn't happen until I was 37, 36 years old.
Wow, that's interesting.
You said to stop spazzing. That is directly an autism attack. Absolutely. So is stop spurging, like Andrew Wilson, the debate tactic he uses. The master debater that's teaching a $500 debate course. His tactic is to yell at autistic people to stop spurging over and over and over and over. That's his debate tactic. This shit gets used against us all the fucking time. I'm sure
All
you
I can
will. I'm
say,
sure you're going to make a video. You were running low on content. You're demonetized. I can't believe this is worth that much, but take it and run with it if you want.
well, what I can say, Jeff, is that I
Jeff.
I'm
thought
not a
you were
victim.
assertive.
I'm not claiming to be a victim here.
Damn it,
You're
Jeff!
even adding that into the story. I don't feel like a victim at all.
Oh shit! I forgot I was still on the stream.
You you
Oh.
just tell called
Huh?
me,
What's
Jake.
up?
Well, I'm here with you. I'm here on panel with you, brother. I think that you were assertive in your actions. I don't think it was passive. I think you were definitely you were going full in.
Yeah,
Like
the
you
aggression
did.
was not
You said
passive. It
what you
was
said.
active.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
why
It wasn't
why he can't see
passive.
that's not a passive form of aggression.
I'm
Yeah.
loyal to you, Miss Boo.
He's his criticism is of the way I said something, the words I used to say something. He's not criticizing the emotion of aggression itself because that's definitely not passive, but he's pretending to do that. He
The
actually is
thing.
criticizing the way that I said I would never call Cynthia fat, which is rhetoric. He's criticizing my rhetoric and saying that that's where the aggression is. The
I'm no produ-
emotion of aggression is not in the rhetoric. It's not in how I say something. It's the actual emotion, which is definitely not passive. Anybody watching the stream can see that my aggression is not passive.
I'm not a producer, but can I offer this suggestion
Sure.
again with naivety towards Cynthia or any of these personal things? Can we get Flow State back up here so you guys can speak on the topic not having to do with a person?
Not
Because
today.
I thought it was
Not
I
with him telling me not to spaz and spur. It's not possible for me
I
to.
get the word spaz is a bad word in the community. I totally get
And
it.
and they're just shutting me down in general. If you're gonna have a conversation with me, he has to let me talk and listen, and I let him talk and listen. And using autism as a reason to shut down and control the conversation is not a conversation that I'm gonna be able to participate in and get anything out of. It's a waste of my time. It's a waste of
Okay,
my
my take.
audience's time.
I think that anybody who comes up here and tells you to tells you anything, right? Like they're like, "Hey, calm down, Jeff," or "Don't do this, Jeff," or "Don't do that, Jeff." It's only like me. I do it because I'm your friend, and I don't care if you bring fire my way. I'm
You
still
don't
gonna
really
come
do it
back.
though, Moose.
But those people know your. They know your habits, man. Like he has to know by now. He has to have
Yeah.
seen you enough to know that like it was going to lead to this. Like it's kind of like going to Jack Talcott's and then sitting there for a half hour and me thinking, oh, we're going to have a great conversation because by the end of it, I get thrown out almost every time. You know, lately it's been better, but all I'm saying is like when people come up here and try to produce content, it's up to you to drop that. If you don't want that content being produced, you have to stop it where it is.
Yeah. That's what I did.
Otherwise,
And
it's
then
going
this
to end
whole
up
narrative is
content raining.
being spun about me in the chat as a result, which is wrong, but people are going to
So
run with it and
so
believe it.
hold on, because I was talking to a friend of mine's dad. What's so? Did someone get butt hurt because of the way you said something, the tone of voice you said something? So
I
they got all butt
suspect
hurt.
it was production. It was for content.
Oh yeah, probably, probably.
I don't think it's
Seems
actual
like that.
drama.
I like how people are trying to troll me on like successful on YouTube. I'm not on YouTube to try to make money. Like YouTube's not a money
No,
making thing.
Flo, it wasn't mid sentence. Go back and watch. Get that fact correct. It wasn't mid sentence. Okay, go ahead, Leggy. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm just saying. I find it kind of funny that people try to troll me on it. It's like, ooh, big
I kick
deal.
Flo out for trying to use my autism to control and shut down the conversation. And there's plenty of examples of me kicking people out in the
Oh,
past for that exact same thing. So it's that's a very consistent thing on this stream
well,
to get
look,
kicked out for. So he's trying
slow
to make it
slow
be
state
something that
can't
it's
help
not,
it.
but that's all it was. He was telling me to stop spazzing, stop spazzing, stop spazzing. So the conversation was over at that point. And I'm not going to let someone on my own channel um, use my autism against me that way. I'm not going to hide the stream. I don't hide my streams unless I get porn bombed.
Naivety.
Oh, I'll do it. Don't make me.
You can
Jeff, I think
clip,
you're missing the
you can
what's going on.
restream, whatever you need to do.
You know, when you and Flo would get into like political debate on his channel or whatever, like you were unconvincible. Like you would never see his position like at all. This is just like a continuation of that, pretty
It's
much.
hard to
Like,
gaslight me because I put so much into effort into getting reality right as much as I can. And so it's really hard to like undo all the work I put into maintaining that cognitive stability. You have to work really hard to get me to convince me to like relax on that. I know what happened with the Cynthia thing. Moose was there. I was there. He's not going to gaslight me into thinking something about it that I know did not happen.
right, but I'm saying in the past, like even if it was like talking about like high gas prices or something, like you and Flo would never agree on anything, and I think Flo is infatuated with that for some reason. You know,
I
because
think
he
he
Oh,
convinces
likes it.
anybody of anything. Like he's like a
oh, like I'm a
salesman
challenge.
galore, in my opinion. So him just trying to convince you of anything to me is funny because you will not accept anything that he says.
And
And
that's what I was trying to say too, the freak, is I was trying to point out how like it's kind of a game in a way for Flo to try to like, bring him over to his side. And so it's like I don't think that there should be any hostility at all. I think the conversation,
I
all
don't
it
have
was
any.
about passive aggressive. We
yeah,
defined passive aggressive. You decided it wasn't passive aggressive. A lot of us we agreed. You were assertive in your aggressiveness, and then it should have moved on from there.
I
no,
want
I
to
think it's
address this
hostile.
on Flo. Flo, I don't know why you did it. I'm not saying you intentionally did it as autism. I'm saying that's how I took it. When people say stuff like that, stop spazzing, stop spurging, whatever, to an autistic person, it definitely can be taken as an autistic thing and something about the autism. And so I'm not saying you in your head meant it that way, but that's how I took it and that's how it came across to me. And that's how other people have used it on here.
The other thing I'll say is like, Flo. People will bag on Flo like, oh, he's a grifter, he's a deceiver. It's like, how could you say that when he's telling you up front what he's doing? Like that's what we
Yeah.
can call disclosure.
I think
Uh,
everybody's great. Like
yeah,
everybody making money on YouTube is open to charges of grifting. That doesn't bother me at all. I
yeah.
think Fro I've been impressed with Flo's operation. I send people to his channel. I think he has a good little business model there. He's not grifting any more or less than anybody else on this platform.
Well, I met this interesting guy the other night called Inner Darkness, and he's got it in for like you and Flo and a couple other people. Like, really kind of very strange man. But he's bagging on Flow State like oh, he's a deceiver. I'm like, dude, he's telling you everything he's doing. That's called disclosure. How can you say these things?
Yeah.
And it just doesn't make any sense. And then people somehow I was going to tie it in with your autism, but now I forgot what I was going to say. Sorry. Go ahead.
Flo, I'm not making any. I'm not talking about your intention at all. I kicked you off for the behavior, for you continuously telling me to stop spazzing. Don't. I wouldn't keep anybody in my life that told me those kind of things because in my mind it's directly related to my autism. I'm like, okay, they obviously have a problem with my autism. They obviously are going to use. That's like if somebody told me to stop fagging out or stop being so gay. I would be like, okay, that's obviously tied to my homosexuality. They didn't explicitly
Jeff,
say it,
stop
but it's
fagging out.
obviously about my gayness. So when you say stuff like spaz or stuff, it's obviously about the autism. And I wouldn't keep somebody in my life that had that kind of problem with my autism, that they would resort to
Jeff,
that kind
hold
of
on,
rhetoric.
Jeff. Can I interrupt you for a second, buddy, old
Yeah,
pal?
sure.
All right. So, I would use the word spaz regardless. So, myself, because I mean, I actually forget you have autism. Because to me, when I talk to you, it doesn't seem like somebody with to me like it's a normal conversation. Like I don't know, just that's just me. I would say spaz, like, because I tell my wife that all the time. I go, stop spazzing the fuck out. Like, tell my kids that. It's the word I use. So, I mean, I would use that word and not be attacking you if I use that
And
word.
the
I'm just
word
saying.
doesn't even matter. It's the attempt to shut me down on my own panel to begin with. People have done it with my emotions. They've done it with my tone of voice. They use any little leverage to try to gain some control over my expression and then curtail it. And that's fine if it's your panel. I can always leave. But on my own panel, the only option I have is to remove the other person because
No,
I
I
am
got
not
you. I
going
got
to
you.
allow my own speech to be interfered with on my own channel. That's what people are missing in this little interaction, I think, that happened.
Okay, well, I just
He
heard
was
you
on
say
my
that about.
panel trying to stop me from talking. That alone is justification enough to get him off my panel. I don't need anything more than that. So
No,
y'all
I
can
got
have
you. I
whatever
got you. I got
additional
you.
narrative, but just the fact that he was trying to stop me from saying what I want to say on my own show was enough for me to remove him.
I got you. I got you. Got to be respectful to the host. I get.
Everybody's talking all that shit about me. Why don't they just let me live? Sorry.
All right,
Oh,
we're gonna have Abe.
baby.
Hey, how you guys doing today?
Hey, Abe. And there Daisy's in the back, but I need to see that she's Daisy. So can you flash your camera?
Is she hot? I'm just
I don't
kidding.
know.
That was a joke. Joke. Joke.
Jesus, Moose, ain't you fucking thirsty?
What's up, Abe?
No, I'm not thirsty, man. I'm not. I just know Daisy May from YouTube for like a year or two now, and it's like I don't think I know what she looks like. Like I know what most people here look like. I seen you. I seen the freak. Seen Jeff obviously. I think I've seen Abe once. I don't know about
Me?
Spike.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think you
Um,
cammed up the last time you were here. But go ahead, guys. Take it over.
yeah, I was
Can't
just
believe we've
saying.
been
I
on
don't.
it going
Maybe.
2 hours.
Oh, I mean, interrupt you.
No, no, go
I was.
ahead.
Oh no, that's cool. I was saying. I don't. Maybe I missed what happened here, but I kind of pieced it together when I got back on here. But I don't. Maybe if you guys found a neutral, different channel, and then you guys could kind of hammer out your debate on like another channel at some point in time, if that's what you wanted to do or not. But I don't
I'm
know.
not even sure what the debate is. Honestly, it seems like niggling over words. It seems like semantics more than anything.
What the fuck is
I think
niggling?
that's passive aggressive. Well, technically, I think it's not passive aggressive. It seems like such a
Yeah.
stupid. And then, oh, you just don't want to say that you're wrong.
I mean,
I
you said
own
you're.
my passive
Are you
aggressiveness.
a person though that can admit when you're wrong though? Are you a person?
Uh huh. I've done it all the time on here.
Okay, I'm just asking.
When
These are
it
questions. You
happens.
know me. I'm
But
gonna
about
ask
this
the
kind of
questions that
stuff,
make people
about
feel uncomfortable.
myself and aggression and passive aggression, especially after living in Washington State for 15 years, I'm not wrong about this part.
Dang, you've been up there 15 years and you're still here?
Hmm.
Whoa. Rain country.
If that's not much of a debate, nobody, Flo is the first person in history that's mistaken me for passive aggressive. Nobody that knows me would think I'm passive aggressive. I'm one of the most direct confrontational people that they know. And up here, the people are very passive aggressive, and I stand out like this. Like, I can't even walk into a room without triggering very passive aggression on their part because I'm so direct. So, if the debate is, am I passive aggressive, that's hardly a debate. Like, I don't even know what the opposing argument would be. But this was about a word, like how you say something. If you say, I would never call someone fat, well, then you just called them fat by saying you're not going to call them fat, and indirectly you did. Is that considered passive aggression?
Well, I think
Is
it
that
kind
an example
in a
of the
way, I think
taxonomy?
it is. I think it is because like you would never like if you never saw Cynthia, you would never know she was a bigger girl, right? So you would never make that comment at all, because you wouldn't know what she looks like. You know what I mean? So I think
But
I don't think it's
this
like
is why I think it's
niggling.
not, because where is the passivity of it? It's not, he's not talking about my aggression itself, which is obviously not passive. I'm being very
No.
open
Okay,
about
so
my
you're
aggression.
being assertive, right?
Passive aggressive people don't openly aggress. Like, that is why they are passive about it, because they don't have the ability or the skill or the motivation to do it directly, so they do it indirect. My aggression is not being expressed indirectly. I'm not pretending to have one emotion about Cynthia, but there's an aggressive one underneath that's being expressed indirectly. I am very actively, openly transparent about my aggression towards Cynthia. So if he's talking about my aggression, if he's saying you are passive aggression, your
I think
aggression
it's
is
just a
passive,
phrase.
he would be incorrect. He's talking about my rhetoric, the way I phrase something. But that is not the aggression. The way a sentence is structured is not where the aggression is located. The aggression is the emotion. So I don't understand his argument to begin with.
Well,
It's
because
like,
it's a
oh,
slight
you said
race.
that word, that means it's like an argument that a child would use. Like, ooh, that doesn't have a more like big picture understanding of language. Like, ooh, you said a curse word. That's a bad thing. And so he's taking one phrase that I said, like the example of I would never call Cynthia fat. He's isolating that phrase and he's saying, look, that's an example of somebody pretending they wouldn't be aggressive while being aggressive by calling them fat.
Right, like you're
That's not
aggressive
passive
towards
aggression.
Tom.
That he can call that something else, but when I'm talking about passive aggression, I'm talking about the aggression itself, the emotion of the aggression. Nobody could argue that this is passive.
No, it's not passive. It was literally
It's a
just a
dumb little
phrase.
semantic argument that has nothing to do with me or my aggression. If anything, he's trying to form content. Like, he
What
saw
he
an
just
opportunity
did,
to like spin out some drama over
And you're
nothing.
giving it to him though.
I tried
But
to
you're
tell you
giving
20
it to
minutes
him.
ago.
I'm giving it to my
You're giving
audience
it
because
to
I'm
him.
trying to get this as transparent as possible so people can see
Well,
what's going on.
you know what I'd say? Fuck it and just keep on moving. Fuck it and just keep on moving.
Well, I'm willing to do that too. I am responding to things other people are asking me or are saying. If people want to never talk about this again and move on, I could do that too. But then they have
Waves
to
and not
stop asking me
Alaska.
questions or talking about it themselves, because then I'm looking like the person that's not moving on when it's the group that's also contributing to where we are.
Well, I'm going to hit the chat, but I know it's your channel. I would just suggest you set your ground rules with him there. And that's up to you whether you want to give him another chance to get up or not us. So you got to do what's best for you. Yeah,
I don't.
That's all. All right. Well, good afternoon, guys. Taco Tuesday. Thanks for letting me on, Jeff. I'll be in the chat. All right. Thanks.
All right. Thanks, Abe. Appreciate it.
Go eat yourself a taco, sir.
Oh, wow. This is can you flash your cam in the back so I can make sure it's you? We have a surprise guest. Maybe. They have to cam up. All right, in the meantime. I hate being misperceived. I hate when people have... I don't care if strangers that don't care about me have false notions of me or who I am, but people that I interact with, that I'm trying to form community with, I hate it when people get me wrong. I've always reacted to being misperceived because my family did it to me growing up the whole time. They never got me right. They always thought I was doing something that I wasn't or involved in something I wasn't, and I fight very hard to be seen as accurately as possible.
Okay, Jeff, how about this? Would you say that that comment about Cynthia earlier is the most passive aggressive that you've probably ever been?
That's not passive aggression. I'm trying to educate. I don't want people walking away from this stream just because Flo thinks that saying something that way is an example of passive aggression, that's actually what passive aggression is. Because when they encounter passive aggression in their real life, it's not going to look like that one little sentence.
Well, I'm not.
And so it's like y'all are trying to get me to acknowledge something that I know myself to not be. It feels like a struggle session or gay conversion therapy. I'm not fucking passive aggressive. Not even a little bit.
For instance, real quick, I got an example.
You're not passive aggressive. That statement is kind of,
hold on one second.
It's not like
say there's a 500-pound woman that walks into my store, right? And the buddy from the other cash register walks up to me and he goes, and I go, damn, dude. That I would never call that bitch fat, but something like you in the process of saying you would never do that, you are literally doing what you said you wouldn't do.
Right, but that's not passive aggression. Passive aggression is something very specific, and he's trying to make that be passive aggression so he can have this fake fight with me over what it is.
Okay, so it was pure aggression out of that comment. Then I'm cool with that.
Hello, Bex.
Hello, good day, everyone.
Passive aggressively aggressive.
I just want to hop right in and sort of address what I.
Uh-oh, did you cut out? Or did I cut out?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello?
I think you cut out.
Am I still here? Am I back?
Can you hear us?
I can hear you guys. Yep.
Yeah, I think you're back.
Yeah. Okay, so I just wanted to say that I think that the confusion lies in the fact that people aren't understanding that when Jeff used the example that he used about the donuts, people think that if the only way that would be passive aggressive right now is if Jeff was trying to hurt Cynthia right now by using the donut example. That would be passive aggression. The example itself was not passive aggressive unless the desire was to hurt Cynthia with the comment now. So I 100% agree that, people are, and another thing, people always use this word semantic when I think they mean pedantic. But I think that flow state conveyed over here, whether he intentionally meant it or not, exactly what he accused Jeff, exactly what Jeff thinks Cynthia did, right? So, which is to come over here to make content. Whereas I don't think, flow state will make the content of something if it happens, and he can predict that he would get kicked off. And he was in the ad hominem thing right off the bat, right? He was getting to a point of saying that people can be passive and overtly aggressive at the same time. But I don't think it's fair to say to Jeff that he is being passive aggressive with Cynthia. I don't think he was being passive aggressive at all. You know, so anyways,
I'm not a passive
and,
aggressive person. If I have
yeah.
a problem with you, you're gonna know it. You're gonna know it very quickly,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's not gonna be passive. And this is what I'm talking, Philip. This is people that want to know reality and be educated, and people that just want to think whatever they think. People can see it as that if they want. I'm just trying to help the people that want a more accurate understanding of it.
Okay, I'm gonna help
Because
people
passive
understand.
aggression is a very specific concept in psychology. And if people go around thinking that any little thing is passive aggression, then they're going to be confused about what passive aggression actually is. But if that's what y'all want to do, I can't do it. I can't stop it.
No, that day you were 100% aggressive. There wasn't no
Daisy, I
passive.
said if you cammed up, you could come on. So quit lying about me. That's the rule. You have to show your face on camera so I know you're not a fucking troll. That's not a new rule around here. So quit trying to make me look like I'm not letting you on for some reason. It's because you're not fucking camming up. It's not because of me. Ken, you can come back up. I'm sorry.
Pedantic,
Well, and
great
just
word.
to tell Daisy, he won't put you on screen with your. He just needs you to show him your face.
Because people
Not
impersonate people here. And so I need to see that the name Daisy on the thing matches a female on the camera. This is a rule that's been around for months.
This is why I
Because I
love
know
everybody
you,
in the
Flo.
community.
And
Except
StreamYard
Lily.
authenticates the YouTube channels. I don't know Daisy May.
Pedantic, by the way, great word. So there's very often on YouTube.
Thank you, because it
What's
is
up?
more what people are doing when they're arguing them
Y-
what a word means to them.
Like, we have Vinny in the back, but I need to see his camera first. It's not
Vinny's voice
authenticating.
is detectable. Vinny
And
doesn't come
Daisy,
on.
if you want to come up, just show me who you are.